Well, hey, happy Friday. If it's Friday and it's here in Brevard County, press box overtime, at least when we're not on vacation or traveling, we're at a football game tonight. I'm Bill Maharis.
Doug Cook.
And this is Press Box Overtime, and we are pleased and excited, Doug, for the first time to be broadcasting from the beautiful, and you were just commenting how well the field looked.
Yeah, man, fantastic facility here at the Viper Stadium.
That's right. I think they call it the snake pit. So, and as my wife knows, yeah, not a real fan of snakes. But we are here tonight. We're bringing you celebration at Space Coast Junior Senior High School Varsity Football, and happens to be homecoming night. We had the pleasure today. We met up with Coach Owens, super nice guy, always treats us good. And then we ran into an old friend of ours that I think you used to work with,
Yeah.
Joe Flora.
Joe Flora, yeah, he was the dean at Satellite High School when I was assistant principal there. Great guys, done a great job here at this school. It's a great community here. I used to live in Port St. John myself, off of Jamaica Road. But the fans down here, the people are just very nice people, and I love being back here.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. We also lived in Port St. John. I think we moved to College Greens when I was third grade. And I still remember the address too, 1058 Barclay Drive,
Yeah.
not sure what. I am pleased to announce that when Mr. Flora became a dean at Satellite High School, I was a dean over at Delora, and for the first year, I was his mentor. So I'm glad that he survived that first year and became successful, even though I was the one that had to kind of show him the
You did a
ropes.
good job with him. He's very successful here at Space Coast.
I could take some credit. You know, before I go any further, I have to just take a moment and bear with me for a second. You know, I noticed something as I watched the past couple of games. And first of all, we found out we had a little audio snafu. So you might notice we reached into our budget.
Yep.
And we're able to pull out a couple of microphones around the ears instead of up through the collar. So hopefully you all are hearing us a little bit better than you did a couple of weeks ago. But I also noticed something different. And I'm not pointing the fingers at you, Doug, but we got to make a little bit of a change. So reached again. I had a few bucks left inside the coffers of the Press Box Overtime budget. And I just want to welcome Coach Cook to the team now.
Isn't that nice?
That way, 1 week you're, unless Titleist is throwing us some money or something.
Yeah.
But if not, I figured we got to make this official.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Appreciate that.
Please turn your attention to midfield.
So
As the Space
before I
Coast
go any
Junior
farther,
Senior High Space
announcers
Force
getting ready to
Junior
bring in the
ROTC presents our
ROTC.
nation's
So
colors.
I'm going to flip the camera and we're going to recognize
The
and
Junior
respect
ROTC
our
is
fans.
under the
Listen up.
direction of Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Stevens and Senior Master Sergeant John Warner. The color guard tonight is commanded by Cadet First Lieutenant Vincent Black, accompanied by Cadet Captain Thomas Wyman, Cadet Second Lieutenant Addison Olinger, Cadet Second Lieutenant Mason Eaton, and Cadet Second Lieutenant Brandon Valdez. The flag detail is commanded by Cadet Second Lieutenant Riley Mack, accompanied by Cadet Second Lieutenant Matthew Shortle, and Cadet Technical Sergeant Sidney Holloman. The Sabre team this evening is commanded by Cadet Second Lieutenant Bryce Zamorski. Once again, please rise for the presentation of colors, followed by our national anthem performed by the Space Coast Marching Band. Please remove your hats. All members of the armed forces and veterans may render the military salute in the manner provided for individuals in uniform. And as tradition here, please remain standing until the color guard has exited the field.
right, that's the national anthem by the great band that they have here at Space Coast Junior Senior High School, as well as the Space Force ROTC down there on the field today.
Yeah, Bill, there's nothing better than Friday nights under the lights.
Yeah, and like I said, we haven't been up here before. I think the only time you and I have been up here is as parents.
Right.
Your daughter and my daughter both played several sports up here. Of course, they don't have lacrosse, but I'm sure we came up here for soccer. Ethan probably came up here and wrestled. I don't think they played Space Coast in football, but you probably had some baseball games, I guess?
Baseball, volleyball, and soccer up here, as a matter of fact.
So, again, just a beautiful night. Crowd still coming in. It is homecoming. So, Doug, as the assistant principal of facilities at Satellite, this is kind of a busy time of year right now with homecoming and get everything. You had a lot in your position to orchestrate with that.
Oh, absolutely. It's a busy time. Any football game, getting ready for a football game, you got your AD doing their part. You've got parents doing their parts. I mean, like here, look how beautiful the end zones are.
Yeah.
They've painted. I think they were saying it took like 3.5 hours for each end zone.
Yeah.
But it's a collective function there with everybody, the community, the school, the teachers,
Right.
Administration, everybody together, and parents, getting their kids ready, cheerleaders, players. It's just it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work and a lot of fun too.
And like you say, tonight's kind of the payoff as far as football game and homecoming and everything like that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here on the. I can flip this back around. Get out here on.
Yeah, homecoming was always a lot of fun. As a home team and your homecoming, you've got homecoming dance coming up. You've got all kind of stuff. Homecoming queen being crowned. You want to try to make sure that you win this game.
Space Coast number 3, Caden Thomas.
They've got the captains out there. I believe I've got Space Coast captains. Just trying to see the jerseys for celebration. Captains tonight for Space Coast number 3, Caden Thomas.
Number 58, Chris Beard.
Number 5, EJ Klauser. Number 6, DeAndrea Parker. And number 58, Chris Veers. And in a minute, if we can see the jersey numbers on celebration. You kind of mentioned tonight, it's a little odd sometimes to see the same colors, but when they're both purple, that you don't see that happen too often.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. Years ago, I played a team, and we were same color. They brought their jersey.
Oh no!
They only had
no.
one set of jerseys. We had same color jerseys, so we had to run back to the school and get a different color, a white jersey. So before the game started, so it was delayed probably about 30 minutes. So those things do happen. But yeah, the same color. It's kind of odd that you would see that.
Luckily, pretty easy to see. I used to PA for Rockledge, and sometimes you get jerseys dark color on dark numbers, and for the life of me, then like you say, Rockledge actually faces the sun, and so it was a little bit tough today.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Celebration, I don't know, probably had about an hour ride coming over. We'll talk a little bit in a second after we see the coin flip on their records. Again, try to get for anybody from Celebration possibly listening tonight, the Celebration Storm. See who their captains are tonight. But like you said, the field looks great. I tell you what, I'm digging the purple. They got the big purple band out here.
I like it.
I've got my assistant, actually she's my boss at home, Linda Maharis, my lovely bride, saying that the sound luckily tonight is working out good. So luckily these little Amazon mics are holding up pretty good.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can catch the numbers for celebration.
Once again, everyone,
We got
to homecoming
72.
here at the Snake Pit.
72.
Tonight's contest has the
26.
visiting storm of celebration rolling in to take on your
We'll go over that
3-2 Space Coast Vipers.
So we mentioned a little bit earlier, I'm going to put over here as the Vipers come
it's
through
time to
the,
get loud.
get ready to break
It's time
the
to be proud, and it's
banner
time
over
for
there
the
in the end
Storm
zone.
Strike.
Again, I
Viper Nation,
think we mentioned a little bit earlier.
Ready!
Space Coast is in the Sunshine State Athletic Association, SSAA, and like Doug and I were talking about when we first came up here, they're not in the FHSAA. Here come the Vipers. Home team, again, it is homecoming tonight. They are going to kick off, so they will be receiving. They deferred, receiving second half. But you know, Doug, we talked about that last year. I believe Space Coast was 1-9. We'll talk a little bit more about Coach Owens later on in the broadcast. But you know, again, you got to fill the stands. You got to build the program. He's already gone from 30 kids last year to 60 this year, and just kind of get that excitement back in before you really start looking for any hardware.
Well, you know, the thing about it nowadays, Bill, you know, kids want to win. So if your program's not winning, they're going to jump ship and go to another school.
Yeah.
So what Coach has done here, I'm very impressed with it. Got a lot of kids out there, but what he's done here, he's dropped out of the Florida High School Activity Association and playing more like an independent league back in my day. So he's got some teams that he can compete with and build his program up. And once he gets that program built back up, he can jump back in. And, he played Astronaut real close. He only lost by 1.
Yeah, overtime. And last year they lost by 20.
Wow.
And I think it says, you know, Astronaut, their program is building too, but that you're right, Doug. That's just one snippet of how well they've improved a 1-loss overtime. So the kickoff taken by, number one. A little bit straight up the middle, dodging a few. Oh, nice tackle by Space Coast. So that was number 1, Burnett. He is a sophomore. And looks like the Storm is going to start 1st and 10 at their own 30. Celebration comes in here. They are led by head coach Chris Blanton. We also want to recognize their principal Christopher Dodd and their athletic director Chad Bedreau. And again, we mentioned earlier our good friend Principal Joe Flora, athletic director Steve Slentz, and head coach Jake Owens. So 1st and 10, the Storm come in here. Last year they were 1-9. This year they've already got 1 win, so that's good. They actually won last week over Lake Region 48-6. 1-2. They are actually in 7A. So we've got a 7A FHSAA team against a SSAA team. Space Coast, 1st and 10. Celebrations, first on the ball.
2 wide receivers here and 2 running backs in the backfield, so it's kind of a different set here than what we're used to. We usually see, you know, the run and shoot shotgun set, so this is a little different here.
Yeah, that's number 2 quarterback Landon Yaw. Again, if any Celebration fans are listening, I did not see any stats on Max Prep, so unfortunately I don't have anything in front of me. We do have some stuff filled out at Space Coast. So we will certainly, as we see those players touch the ball on either offense or defense, go over those stats. But unfortunately, no stats individually wise. But we got quarterback Landon Yaw. He's a junior. Getting ready to take the first snap. Handoff, fullback right up the middle. Hey, there you go. I like the way he held that ball. He had the hand below it, kind of like that Nottingham at Miami Dolphins.
Hanging on to it. Looks like it was tackled by Burt, number 1 linebacker. Good job of filling the hole there.
Yeah, he had a good little head of steam. I'd say he picked it up about 6, so it's 2nd and 4 for the Storm at their own 36. Again, if you just joined us, game just started. We are 30 seconds in. Celebration here at Space Coast Junior Senior High School, located in Port St. John area of Cocoa, Florida. Homecoming night, so we're looking forward to halftime festivities. Second down.
Trips left here, 3 wide receivers.
Oh, handoff up again to number 15. Nice little carry. Okay.
First down.
Dragged a few of them with him. That is Felipe Costa. He is just a sophomore, 5'11", 195, and he's carried twice, and 2 times they've got a first down.
Yeah, that was a good job of celebration there. You know, they're spreading the Vipers out here and running the ball up the middle. So Vipers may have to jump man to keep that linebacker in.
Trying to get a little closer up on the screen. I think that's good.
4,
but met immediately by number 5.
That's a quick screen there. It kind of slow developing. Number 25 was on the tackle. That's Alex Banchowski. Hopefully I got that butchered that, I'm sure. That's a slow developing play, but Vipers are on that.
So let me ask you. So, and again, if you don't know, my good friend Doug Cook, He was the head coach of my alma mater, Cocoa Tigers, back in the 80s. So slow as far as ball release from the quarterback, or slow to get set up for blocking, or what maybe didn't work?
I mean, this play, you've got to get your receivers blocking if you're going to get anything out of it. It's a quick play, but the Vipers were ready. Obviously, they've been well prepared during the week, working on their defense and keys. So they shut that play down real quick, and there was a penalty on that as well.
So that pushes it back. They got a 1st and 20.
Same thing to the right side.
Several Vipers there to meet him, including
That is Sean Newsy, number 5, with the catch.
Number 1, Bird on the tackle, linebacker. He's got a couple of tackles already.
Short gain on the play.
2nd and 15. That's one thing too. I think I put on my Twitter account. If you've got a young man that can kick, any high school team that has a kicking game has a plus. A lot of it goes with the passing game too. So we got 2nd down and 16, maybe 17. I don't know if you're going to run it 3 times.
Yeah, he's
offsides, but did he get pulled?
Vipers, yeah.
So I have an offside there against the Vipers.
Yeah, against
offside.
the Vipers. You always hate that because as your defensive line, I coach defensive line, and you want to make sure that they're keying the man in front of them, or they're keying the ball. That should never happen. So I'm sure Coach is going to talk to him when he comes off the field.
All right, we got 2nd and 12. Another handoff to Felipe
15.
Costa, running back. Again, he's just a sophomore.
Alex Benichowski.
Defense tightened up a little bit on that play,
Sure
Coach.
did. Bird on the tackle again. He's around that ball.
Yeah, I think we're going to call him a lot. He does a lot on both sides of the ball. So we're going to call his name several times. So big 3rd down. Storm is at their own 46, 3rd, and we're going to call it a long 7. This will be a nice way to make a statement if Space Coast can hold them. We'll see if we got another passing play coming up.
A double slot. Spreading the Vipers out again. Kind of surprised they haven't gone deep yet. Maybe this is it.
All right.
No?
No, got him covered. Got him covered on both sides. They got him running back there. They're going to get him sacked. They got the sack. What a lot of hustle by the Vipers.
Cameron Walker on the tackle there. Good pressure on the quarterback.
Man, that was good. So, and again, let me get back to you with your coaching experience. You got to get that ball out because that offensive line can hold just for so long.
Exactly, and the pocket broke down. So I think it was right guard kind of missed his block, but kind of broke down on him. But they'll come back. They'll make some adjustments. Maybe next series.
All right, so they're punting for the first time tonight. Not a real deep punt. They just got to make sure it doesn't bounce off of. Takes a bad bounce for celebration. Somebody needs to cover that ball. That punt netted maybe 11, 12 yards. So
celebration overran the punt.
Yeah,
you can't do that. You got to stay behind the ball.
I guess the good news by overrunning it, maybe they know deep down he can kick the ball that one maybe side of his foot. But if you just joined us for the first time tonight, Space Coast is on offense. We are sitting at 8:08 left in the first quarter, and it is all knotted up at no score. And Space Coast, first time they are on offense. So we'll see how they come out. We've got number 15, Sandy, in at quarterback. I think they're going to swap out every now and then between him and Bert. So we'll see what Mr. Sandy does first time he touches the ball, quarterback.
You got trips to the right side and a slot on the right. No empty set. Oh, now we see just the back number 8.
All right, little handoff up here to the side, number 9.
Oh, handoff through the 4 hole.
That's Chris McDonald. Chris is a senior.
Second 6 for the Vipers, brought to you by Dr. Janice Black and Family Healthcare.
He's got about 50 rushes for 361 yards, 7-yard average. I'll take a 7-yard average every day.
Absolutely.
2 touchdowns. Also has a fumble recovery. So we got a lot of players tonight, Doug, I think, playing both ways.
Yeah. You're going to have to, you got to keep your best guys on the field if you're going to be competitive. You
All right,
can run
second down and
some,
6.
you
Got a
can
little
run.
pass play going out to the left. Flares that out. He's got some open room there. He is going down the sideline. That's a big first down. That gained about 22 yards.
Celebration Storm lost containment on the left side there, on the left side over there. So they got to come up and contain that.
I see them pointing. We
Oh,
got a
got a penalty.
holding.
Flag
that
on the
hurts.
far side of the field.
That's one of the most frustrating things about
Yeah.
coaching. When you get a penalty like that.
Yeah, you got to, for a wide receiver, the quarterback got to take that stat off the board.
Great.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. I don't know, Coach. What do you think about the old saying that you could call holding on every play? You think that's true?
You probably could. Some coaches teach holding, but you have to be discreet about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you pull
Now second and 12.
the defensive guy on top of you, fall backwards, that kind of stuff. If you're outmanned,
Right,
if you're
right.
outmanned, if the guy is whipping your butt all night, you got to do something. You know what I'm saying? You can double team the guy or whatever and do some other blocking schemes, but.
We got second down and 12. Oh, nice little pitch out. He's got a couple blockers ahead. Nice little swing to the outside. He might have some open room. Nice tackle by number 10 from the Storm.
Wiggins?
That was Brandon Wiggins. Yes, sir. He runs for about a 10-yard average. So we just saw about 15 yards right there.
He can scoot.
First down,
Nice
Space
play.
Coast.
I like that play. University of Florida, when they used to have a football team, that
Years
was what
ago.
they do. They bring that end around. He's got a head of steam going, and before he gets the ball, he's already full speed.
Yeah, I had a kid named Wilbur Marshall who played here
That's
at
right.
Astronaut. Used
Yeah.
to run that end around.
Oh, man, I love that. Jeez. He's already got that head where the defense is standing flat-footed. So we got a first down, 10 to go. They are at the Storm 27. That little pitch out to number 6. That's D. Parker. Goes around the side. He's still going. He's close to that first down marker.
Like number 44 on the tackle.
DeAndre Parker.
Parker has also rushed for 3 touchdowns. He's a senior also, 6 foot 165. So that means, as a coach, you got to like those short second downs.
Absolutely. Vipers, I'm impressed with the Vipers so far.
Yeah, they
moving
got
the ball. They got a good size offensive line.
Mixing it up a little bit. Second down, and we'll call it a short 3. Again, in quarterback, we got Zion Sandy. Little handoff, little mix-up, but he gets past the first down marker, so that's a good sign.
Well, the Vipers started a double slot and motion into the wide side of the field to make it trips, and they're trying to get that safety to move over, which he didn't move, so he's well coached to stay in there. And but anyway.
So a lot of times when you're shifting, you're
defense.
just trying to move that defense to an area that you're not going to go to.
Exactly. You're
Right.
trying to create a match,
Gotcha.
a matchup. Hopefully, if the team hadn't been coached well,
Right.
you'll get a good matchup and get an easy score sometimes.
Good. All right, we got third. We're going to call it a long 2 this time. Again, we got Sandy back at quarterback. Looking to run. Oh, nice. Oh, a little bit incomplete. All right, so here we are. The ball is at the 19, so we're looking at about a 36-yard field goal. I'm not sure. Let's see if he's got anybody coming out, or are they kind of close enough to go for it. This is where you and I talked about, if I had a kid that right now wants to play football again like my son did, he'd be kicking.
Yeah, that's a good job.
Brought to you by Coastal Community Church.
It looks like
Nobody hits you, unless,
Yeah, I know, exactly
unless your
right.
line does one for you.
Yeah. So it looks like we're going to go for it. Fourth down. Again, we're going to call it a short 3. We've got Sandy in at quarterback. And let's see what Coach Owens calls in.
Double slot motion.
And straight up the middle. Look at that. Nice block. And that is Christopher McDonald, number 9 for the first down. I'm like you, Coach. I see some nice play calling. Coach Owens mixing it up.
He's doing a good job there. Number 44 was on the tackle.
Official timeout called for water.
David Shockley.
Brought to you by Bell's.
Again, if you just joined us, we're at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Again, up here in beautiful northern Cocoa, Port St. John area that me and you have a little bit of connection to. Still 0-0. The Storm did have to punt. I think they got 1 first down the first time they had it. And now it is Space Coast's turn. Beautiful facility, great weather. I don't want to say fall's in the air, but I think it's coming our way. But again, nice weather. Again, we appreciate Coach Owen, Athletic Director Slintz, and Principal Joe Floor, a good friend that we've known for years, for having us up here. First time we've been, but I like what I see on offense right now.
Yeah, so far. Yeah, you're talking about the weather. Anytime football season comes in Florida, the temperature's going to drop eventually.
Yeah, eventually, right? By the time we get
in Florida.
time we get to the playoffs, maybe, right?
Okay, we got a double slot here by the Vipers. Motion in the trips.
1st and 10. Looks pass play. Looking over the corner. Is he going to be open? Oh, almost. Almost.
Good defense by number 8 for Celebration. Evan Koch.
Pass intended for Caden Thomas. He got his hands on it, but you're right. Nice play by the defense. He popped that ball out, but a good effort by the wide receiver to even jump up and catch that ball.
Yeah, Kevin was in a good spot there to knock that ball down. Now, Celebration's got their back against the wall, but they're playing some good defense.
Yeah, they're holding up pretty good. I think you mentioned earlier a nice compliment that you gave to the defense when they did a little shifting. A couple of those guys stayed in their spot.
Yeah, they've been
well coached.
You can see the well coached. They're doing a good job on both sides. Well coached.
All right, 2nd and 10. Handoff up the middle again. He's got a little bit of room. Wow, gets up there about the 5-yard line. I tell you, both teams got some pretty good running backs.
Yeah, they're not bad. Only thing I would do differently here, I would have like prevent. I would have my prevent defense here right now. At least 8 men on the line of scrimmage.
You put a lot in the box.
You're on the 5-yard line.
Right.
You can't run a 3-4 here. They're gonna score on you. So you got to close that down. The area's less now.
Right.
So you got to close that down. Run an 8-man line. So see, he's still in a 3.
Yeah. So by the time he reaches the linebackers, they're on the goal line.
Correct. Yeah. See, I'm teaching you, Bill.
Yeah, there you go. I'm learning, Coach. I'm learning for an old tennis player. I'm learning a little bit about football.
You jump man on your receivers and you have an 8-man front. I'd run the back right up the middle again.
So we got 3rd down and a short 3. Oh, a little bit back to pass. Let's say he's got plenty of room. Cuts it inside. No, I think he's a little short. I like that play though.
Marking him short of the goal line.
We got another 4th down and a half.
Right at the 1-yard line.
I'm thinking, Coach, you're this close.
Yeah, I'm going to go right at you. 1st down and 1st and goal.
Yeah.
1st and goal for the Vipers.
Yeah, look at that.
They're
lining up real quick before that defense can get set. 4th and goal to go from the 1. At the 3:37 mark, Space Coast. Oh, I don't think he made it. Wow, nice play.
Number 88 got penetration there. Great tackle.
Oh, you know what? I stand corrected. I guess they got a 1st down. I didn't realize they were close enough to get a 1st down. All right. My bad. So 2nd down.
El Matty.
Man, he got in there quick. Somebody missed their assignment. All right, so we got new life. I got the down marker guy working over there, and I'm not paying any attention to him. 2nd down, goal to go from the 2-yard line. Handoff up the middle. I think he got in that time. He did. Touchdown. Hometown Vipers, Space Coast Junior Senior High School at the 2:58 mark of the 1st quarter. Nice drive, Coach.
It sure was. Here on that play there, you still got. They're running from the shotgun. I'm old school. We ran the wishbone.
Right.
I would have my quarterback underneath the center because you're on the 1-foot line. A lot of things can happen when you hike the ball like that back to the quarterback if you fumble it or whatever. You're back 5-6 yards. So get underneath the center, hand it to your fullback, and score.
All right.
But
Point after is
that looked good, right?
no good.
No.
Sure looked good.
Must have been wide left, I guess. I thought it. Well, it had distance.
Oh, offside.
Offside the call against the Storm.
Oh, that.
We'll retry.
Get another shot out of here. So
Well, that's another penalty that hurts.
sure does.
Man, jeez.
That's a big point right there.
Sure is.
1 point can make the difference.
And you mentioned it earlier, Coach, during the pregame. Last year, Astronaut defeated Space Coast 34-14. Last week, they had to go to overtime, and unfortunately, based on a missed point after, Astronaut beat them 20-19. That looks up and good. That is good. Second chance comes through, and at the 2:58 mark of the 1st quarter, hometown Space Coast leads visiting Celebration 7-0.
But they only lost. If Space Coast only lost by 1 against Astronaut, we did Astronaut game last year. They've got some good talent.
Yeah.
And,
I agree.
Space Coast. I'm excited to watch this game.
Yeah, so let me ask you, when you coached, and again, you coached many places, many years besides being the head coach up at Cocoa. When you were evaluating your team, did you look at last year to this year? I know it's different players. Astronaut probably doesn't have all the same players, but would you use that as a positive?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Anything that you can use as positive,
You're right.
you do it.
Right.
But you also you're looking at film also. If they got the same coach from last year, you're looking at the film over the summer, you know?
Right.
Football, coaching football, high school football, college football is not a 9 to 5. It's like 24/7. And it never stops. So you're watching film, you're getting ready in the summertime. Oh, good tackle there.
Oh, nice tackle. Still got a hold of him. Whistle blew.
Oh, he was down.
Hold up. Whistle blew there, young fellas. I don't want to see anybody.
I believe that was Bird again on the tackle.
Well, we talked. You've got your stats there in front of you. He's got stats on both sides.
The officials have around the 23-yard
He's a quarterback and a linebacker. I like that combination.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I get a little
Yeah.
nervous. I would be a little nervous, but he
So-
does have a good backup quarterback. You always want to keep your quarterback healthy if you can.
Right.
But that's amazing.
I'm going to drum up some old memories, you and I being Gator fans. We've got 12 people watching. I hope nobody drops off because we're Gator fans, but kind of like a Tim Tebow quarterback, and he could have played linebacker. So when you got somebody with that physique that can actually also serve as quarterback, that's quite an athlete.
Oh, absolutely. Run
Right,
up the
hand
middle.
up the middle.
Host of Vipers. Yeah, I had a kid named Chris Hall. I had Chris Hall in 1988 at Cocoa High School. He was a quarterback, also played defensive back, but sparingly. He could have played probably any position on the field.
So pickup of about 2. Space Coast line did a good job there on defense. Second down and 8 for the Storm. Again, if you just joined us, we're getting near the 2-minute mark of the first quarter, and the hometown Vipers lead 7-0.
Double slot with motion in the
Trip up
trips.
the middle. Boy, that guy.
Nice run.
Yeah, it sure was. He took a couple snakes with him.
Bert's on the tackle again.
Wow.
That guy's all over the field.
And that's a running back. That is number 26 for celebration. We've seen him a lot tonight. That is Jaden Rodriguez, just a sophomore.
He put his head down and got.
He sure did. Yeah, he had a couple Vipers on him for a few extra yards.
Yeah, he did a great job.
First down and 10. Ball sits at their 35. Again, Jaden Rodriguez getting most of the carries tonight.
Yeah, there's several Vipers on the play there.
You know, you and I talked a little bit before, and I'm sure a lot of the schools that we've called, it's great to have guys play both ways and looking at their stats, and we'll certainly, as we call these players' names out, we'll call out these stats. You want those guys, but as you can build to where they don't have to play that much, that's kind of what you want to get to.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to help you in the fourth quarter, you know. But,
Right.
But like I said earlier, you got to have your best players on the
Yeah,
field
you do.
all the time.
Oh, nice tackle. Wow.
That
That didn't go far. That was Felipe Costa on the carry. No pickup at all. 3rd and 10.
And again, number 12, Cameron Walker.
So,
Third down for the
again,
Storm.
you were defensive coordinator. You got those linemen going into different holes at different times, correct?
Yeah, sometimes when you have a stunt.
Okay.
I had so many stunts. You know, I'd stunt.
Oh, it's an interception by the Vipers. It's going all the ways. You're going to got one guy to beat. And touchdown, hometown, Space Coast, Vipers. Nice interception.
Kid on the interception there.
Wow, that was good. You know what? And I think you mentioned earlier about plays taking too long to.
Oh, excuse me,
That
Wiggins. That was Wiggins.
That wide receiver was not ready whatsoever when that ball was thrown. The only people that saw that ball coming was the Vipers, and that was number 0, Brandon Wiggins.
Brandon Wiggins.
Wow, nice
Running
play.
back.
Nice
Running back
play.
too. So.
Well, and that's where that pays off. He knows how to
Yeah.
run the ball when he catches it. So
You know, I know there are some schools. I know Satellite Beach. They don't like to have. They like to have 2 platoons. That's the way they've done it for years. But,
Sure.
You know, everywhere I've been, you know, you gotta teach a kid offense and defensive position.
you never know. That looks good from here.
And you know,
it is a point after is good. And
I
at
mean,
the,
look at
Space
this.
Coast now with 14 on the scoreboard.
Look at this kid, Travis Hunter, plays for Colorado.
Yeah, right.
He plays both ways.
Right,
He
yeah.
loves it. These kids, they love it too. They're in shape.
right.
They
yeah,
can
they
run
are.
forever. You know,
Yeah.
they're in shape. They don't mind playing both ways.
Well, and I think the key is, Doug, like you just said, not only do they go both ways, but looking at some of these stats, like when we look at Brandon Wiggins, who just scored that touchdown, you know, he's rushed for 152 yards and a touchdown. And then as a cornerback, well, that's his third interception of the season, and he's got 10 total tackles. So, again, not only do they have guys playing both ways, they're pretty successful.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you got a lot of kids. You got a lot of kids, even college kids that could go both ways.
Right.
And I think more and more schools are probably going to do that.
Right.
You know, when these kids are on contract now, they're making money.
Right.
You might as well, you know, get what you can out of them and try
I
to
guess so.
win some ball games.
All right, kickoff. Taken at the 10-yard line. Got a running back going. Gets up to about the 30, and a host of Vipers stop him. Clock going down towards 10 seconds. Stops at 13 of the first quarter.
Oh, got a
Flag
flag.
comes in.
Might be unnecessary roughness or a personal foul of some sort. I know the kid that made the tackle. I'd say it's 34, but name for him. Yeah, looks like it was a personal foul.
Yeah, that's got to drive you a little bit nuts.
So when you got him backed up like that. But anyway,
You know, we talked a little bit earlier too, like you said, going both ways. At my age, I forget. These kids are in pretty good shape. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not worried too much about playing both ways.
I mean, you know, I can
13 seconds.
run from the couch to the refrigerator and back. So I'm still in pretty good shape for my age, you know, just to be able to do that.
All right, so we got a 1st and 10 at their own 45. No, handoff goes to Cameron Bizik, but he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Listen, I've seen you drop your remote. You're quick as a cat when you had to pick that thing up. So I know how fast you are. So there goes the horn at the end of the first quarter. The Vipers have scored on offense and defense. Off to a really good start here on homecoming night. Coming to you live from Cocoa, Florida, Port St. John area. And after one, Vipers lead celebration 14-0. Maybe got a lot of good things to talk about right now, Coach Owens, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where the concession stand is located.
These kids are doing a good job, you know, celebrating. Haven't gotten over the 50-yard line yet.
Right.
I thought we were going to have a better offense than what they've had. They're going to have to make a few adjustments over there. They're kind of getting beat at the line of scrimmage. So they're going to have to make a few adjustments. You know, maybe try to get something to the outside.
Right.
Or even pass, you know, try to get something in the air. But they're going to have to loosen up that defense in the middle.
Right. Yeah, and you know, again, and if you're on the celebration side, what are you telling your kids? You're down 14-0. One was just a bad play, so they scored on defense. What are we telling them now that they've got the ball, second down at their 45? What are we letting them know that they did good that we can build on?
Well, I'm just telling them to shake it off. You know, that
Right.
interception. You're still in the ball game.
Right.
If you score here in hold Space Coast.
Right.
And don't allow them to score. And if you can score, you're back in the ball game.
Yeah.
You know, you got to score before the half, though.
Right. All right, so we got 2nd down and 10. The Storm at their own 45. Looking to make something happen. We might have movement. At least that's what the Vipers say. And the white hat agrees with him. That pushes them back 5. Quick note, I saw a couple of comments on Facebook. Tonight is homecoming. We will continue to stream live. We will open up the window, and hopefully you can hear the announcer. But we will definitely keep filming during halftime for all those that want to watch and might have some people participating in homecoming. So again, just starting the second quarter, 2nd and 15. Oh, nice tackle. Oh, what do we got here? In the grass? Is it going to get is it grounding?
Intentional grounding.
Yeah, he was, first of all, he's in the pocket, and second of all, nobody was around.
Right.
Closest player to the ball was number 25.
All you can do is, you know, just take your punishment.
Alex Minichowski.
You know, take the sack and
Once
Yeah,
again, you can purchase shout-outs at the merchandise stand.
that's kind of tough on. But you know what? Listen, these are young kids.
yeah, they're going to make mistakes.
Yeah, the quarterback's
Sure.
a junior. Yeah, you listen. You got a big guy. I'm throwing the ball.
Waving off the flag.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting rid of it. I'm hoping maybe there's somebody in the area, but you just got so much going on. You got somebody
First
coming
shout-out
at you.
tonight is to Brandy Lynn.
Listen, if you had somebody in the area, it would be a
Uncle Chucky says,
penalty.
"Leave my spirit animal
So
alone."
unfortunately, on that penalty, that's one of the ones that they lose the down. So it is now 3rd and 18 for the Storm. Looking to pass. Oh, nice little
Nice
pass.
ball.
Hey,
Oh,
he might take it to the house. He is going all the way down. He sure is. That is number 1, Kobe Orr. And that's a touchdown for the visiting Storm of Celebration. And coach, just like that, they're back in the game.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. They needed to score. They're back in the game. Make this extra point. It'll be 14-7. But beautiful pass.
Sure was.
Beautiful
Wow.
pass,
He hit the
right
guy.
on.
He hooked out. That ball was there when he turned. Nice
Beautiful.
play. That was a nice play on both sides.
Yeah, the defensive back, I'd have to, say he got beat by a few steps. So, think about it, you never let anybody behind you. So, coach is probably going to talk to him. His position coach is going to talk to him and say, you can't do that. I never taught you that.
Yeah. What film were you watching?
Yeah, I never taught you that, son. But
Again,
anyway,
for Celebration fans, that was number 1, Kobe Orr. He's a
missed it.
sophomore.
Point after is
Missed the
blocked.
point after, blocked.
Score remains 14-6.
Excuse me.
that's a big point right there, Bill.
Yeah, that
Gotta
is.
make,
And,
that has to be automatic.
we talked a little bit earlier that unfortunately in overtime last week
Second shout-out is
for
from Morgan.
Space Coast, they missed the extra point, lost 20-19.
Looked like it had some penetration there. Didn't block.
Cray, behave.
Your line on that, you got to block down. You got to block down and keep those, keep everything tight.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. I mean, that wasn't, the cornerback was in position. Sometimes the play is just a good play, and there's nothing you can do about it.
That's true. That's true. I mean,
That was about a 60-yard pass play. I loved the route, turned it out, and by that
beautiful.
time, cornerback was behind him, and
Back in
you're
to
kind of
receive
just
for the
chasing the
Vipers.
ball.
but what this is going to do, this is going to give Celebration some
DeAndre
confidence.
Parker.
Right.
They're going to get some confidence and hopefully play a little better defense here.
Brought to you by
Stay in this
Domino's
ball
of
game.
Fort St. John.
So again, if you just joined us at the 11:20 mark, Vipers lead 14-6 over visiting Celebration. Oh, he's got to get that one. That bounce backwards. You got to pick that up. You got to go. Oh, nice look. Got a foul. Uh-oh, he's got a hole. He got past the kicker. We could be looking at a 97-yard touchdown run.
Flags, I'm not seeing you right now.
Touchdown, hometown Vipers.
Touchdown, Space Coast.
No flags.
My goodness, is that 0 again?
Yeah, I believe so. It's
Wow.
hard to see those numbers.
Number 6, Parker. 97
That is number 6,
yards
Pete Parker.
for the touchdown.
Wow, 97 yards.
Parker.
So we had a 50, 60-yard touchdown pass, a 97-yard touchdown return. I'm kind of curious what's next.
Wow, now how many times have you seen that, Bill? When they muff that ball and you just looking around, and the coverage outruns
Lucas
the
Paul
ball,
again to attempt the point after.
and you get those gaps, and he flat can
Brought to
run.
you by the American Legion Post 359.
I want him on my team.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Him and Wiggins.
All right, going after the point after, and this time I think it's
Good.
good. And at the 11:03 mark, it seems like I've said this 2 or 3 times in a row,
Celebration 6.
Vipers, actually 20, I'm thinking, not 21. Oh, no, that's right. That was
21.
Celebration. Yeah, 21-6, because Celebration missed that point after. So Vipers have scored on offense, defense interception return, 97-yard touchdown return. I'm thinking special team coaches, defensive coaches, everybody's feeling pretty good for Space Coast right now.
I mean, they've got to have over 200 yards
Man.
in offense,
Wow.
and we're only in the first part of the second quarter.
Lucas Paul to kick off.
I don't think you finished making the statement about how that pretty pass play is just what they needed to get back in the game because
I mean, they got back in and got back out of it, but
just takes the wind out of your sails.
Yeah, it sure does. Well, first of all, I never wanted to, kick off. I never wanted to kick it to the stud.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'd kick it on the ground, kick it away from him, or whatever.
Oh, we got a fumble on the return. He's down on the ground. That's it. That was number 1 on the return, Kobe Moore, who had the touchdown earlier. Luckily, he fell on the ball. Yeah, you talk about a swing of emotions. You got your team all pumped up, beautiful 60-yard pass play, and within minutes, now you're back down by 15. That's kind of tough.
Yeah, football's a game of emotions. It's a roller coaster.
Once again, all members of homecoming court.
Man.
All representatives, please.
So we've had a 60-yard pass play, 97-yard touchdown return, 40-yard interception return. I don't want to overuse the word big play game, but we've had that tonight.
That's big plays. You're right.
All right, it's 1st down and 10. The Storm is at their own 32. That Viper defense says not this time.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Uh-oh.
Flag on the...
I'm thinking a little bit extracurricular after the whistle blew. Yeah, that's got to be another tough penalty you just hate to see. And even saw a little bit of it last night when I was watching the Jets game. That whistle blew and they just wouldn't stop. And they're going to throw that flag pretty quick.
Oh, yeah. They're protecting the quarterback and
right.
everybody else. It's a different day and age. So you've got to pull up. You can't put your team in a jeopardy situation. You got to make sure that you follow the rules. And
right.
This drives the coach crazy.
So again, we're at the 10:50 mark. The Vipers have scored on offense, defense, and special teams. Celebration had a beautiful 60-yard pass play and missed the extra point. Vipers are up 21-6. We now have a 1st and 10 after that penalty. They're at their own 42. Uh-oh, a little fumble. I think did the Vipers jump on it? Let's see. They're still scrambling. No telling what's going on underneath that. Let's see. And boy, what another big play for the hometown Vipers. Celebration just having a little tough time right now, Coach.
Yeah, I'm telling you what. You got to hang on to that ball.
Wow.
It was number 77 getting that ball.
That was a tough turnover.
Recovery to 73, Seth Chrisman.
It's really hard to see those Viper numbers.
Yeah, it's that sun went down.
The
numbers are purple on purple, a little bit. Our eyes a little bit older than some other eyes, maybe, but yeah, I'm guessing Coach Jake Owens, he's got to be pretty happy with they're clicking on all cylinders right now, and he's got to be pretty happy with, especially coming back from that 1-point loss last week.
Yeah, you got trips here to the short side of the field.
1st and 10 from the Storm 40. Nobody's open. He's got some running room. Here he goes. Oh, nice tackle by number 3. Nice tackle by number 3. That was quarterback Sandy on the run.
Xavier Davis.
There is a flag around the 34-yard
That might
line.
have saved a touchdown, but let's see what the flag. We got some more laundry out there.
That was a nice tackle. I
Sure
hope he's not
was.
gonna say
Yeah, I hope not.
roughness.
No, he grabbed his jersey. Slung him around. We don't want anybody to get hurt, but I don't know if that's quite.
Well, we did that in Sandlot. No pads. Nobody called a penalty in Sandlot football.
That's when you went home and your mom got tired of seeing torn
Yeah.
shirts every time you came back
Exactly.
up playing football after church on Sunday.
You got beat up a little bit, but gosh.
You're all friends, though, right?
Oh, yeah, still friends. Let's see what he
All right, let's see what he
got.
got here.
It's like he's kind of
Defensive
face mask.
holding.
Holding. Wow. Yeah,
Face mask.
wow. You hate to see defensive holding on a running play. That's just. Somebody knocking at the door. We're going to see if we can't reach it here.
Face mask is always.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous
Yeah,
too.
I don't know. Does high school still have the 5 or 15? Yeah, so they just marked off 5. Well, no, he marked off 10.
Yeah, 10 yards.
All right.
Should be for face mask.
So an unfortunate penalty for Celebration. You got to be careful. We got 10 minutes still left in the second quarter. They're down by 15. You don't want to get down too much. It's going to be tough to come back that second half. Got a little pass play to number 4, complete. Got a little block there. Oh, turning it back up. All right. That was number 4, Damian Bauder. He's a senior. I tell you what I liked about that coach, and I know you coach this all the time too. He saw nothing was there, and he decided to go north and south. Because so many times we see him going east to west, and they're making no gain.
Yeah, I mean, that's smart on his part. Just turn it up.
Right.
Turn it up and get as much as you can.
Right.
Have another shout out for
Yeah,
Jasmine.
I give him credit for that, because when there's nothing there, even if you fall forward, you got a couple yards.
Oh, yeah. Kind of surprised the Vikers hadn't gone downfield a little more. They got some good receivers.
Yeah.
The quarterback's got a good arm.
Yeah, he sure does. That one pass play.
I'd kind of open it up a little bit.
All right, got him back up the middle again.
Number 22 for the Vipers.
Nice little pickup. That's number 22 on the carry. That is Cole Gamble.
Tackle by number 44.
Looking at Cole's stats from Max Preps coming in, he had 20 rushes for 130 yards, 6.5. Boy, I'll tell you what, when I see 7 yards per carry, 6 yards per carry, you got a pretty good running game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They've established a running game tonight for sure.
And again, like you said, that opens up that pass play because Celebration doesn't know when to expect it.
Right. It's going to open it up. I mean, they've got playing a 3-4 defense kind of play.
Oh, look at there. He's open in the end zone. Is he going to get to it? Oh, man. Poor fella. Oh, poor fella. All right.
Well, maybe the receivers aren't as good as I thought they were, but it was right in his hands.
Yeah,
I just spoke about that, Bill.
Yeah.
Get down the field, open it up a little bit. But, yeah, right in his hands.
That was tough. Well, I guess the good news is, because I wasn't paying attention, we didn't get that on camera, so lucky for that young fella. But you know what? You got to, like you said it earlier, you got to shake that off. We got timeout, Space Coast. So we got a little bit of timeout here. Let's talk a little bit about Celebration. They were 1-9 last year. This year they're already 1-2. They lost to Point Siena and Winter Springs, but big win last week, 48-6 over Lake Region. So again, they're coming off a nice win. They've already matched last year's win total, averaging about 25 points a game, giving up about 20. So again, if you don't have a margin any bigger than that, you're not going to get far.
Yeah, they've got some young kids too.
Yeah. I
So
tell you, I
they're
like what Coach Chris Blanton said. He takes the acronym WIN and calls it winning to invest now. So, again, something that both coaches, because I think last year both teams just won the one game, they got to get that excitement back. They got to get kids coming out. Listen, they got about 40 or 50 over there at Celebration,
Oh, yeah,
so he's got the
good-
kids coming out.
I tell you what, that's a beautiful community over there. It's
Oh, yeah.
Celebration. That's just a gorgeous area.
It's named after that famous Kool in the Gang song, I think. Wasn't it? Or am I...
Celebration, yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm just...
You're
Kool in the
dating
Gang.
yourself.
Maybe so. All right, so they're going to go for it on fourth down. Going to go for a pass play. Oh, he
nice
catches
catch.
that ball, but he might have got it. Yeah, I think he did. Listen, that was a great defensive play, but it's one of those plays,
number
Coach. He
3.
went for the ball, and when he didn't get it,
It's
then
a first down.
Space Coast got a first down.
That was Xavier Davis. He was right on top of that play.
He was.
Great catch, though,
Brought
by
to you by
Space
Appliance
Coast.
Warehouse.
All right, so he picks up the first down by about a half a yard. Again, we are 8:15 in the second quarter. Space Coast leads 21-6, and they are driving first down from the Storm 19. Yeah, that was a nice play. That was
That was a nice play.
again good defensive play, but sometimes when you go after the ball and you miss it, then unfortunately it kind of hurts the opportunity for that interception or big play.
Yeah, like you said, it was a good defensive play, but an even better catch.
All right, looks like he wants to pass it. Oh, intercepted at the 2-yard line.
Play.
Evan
Pass
Cox.
was intercepted, but catch the flags.
So those flags are going to be interference on somebody.
Well, when you put that ball in the air, Bill,
You said it, right?
3 things can happen. 2 of them are bad. So,
You said that at the Cocoa Beach game. That's
Yeah.
right. What do we got? We got,
Passing interference.
Yeah,
is the call
pass
that gets the
interference.
score.
I'm assuming that young man going after the ball pushed the receiver out of the way.
good break there by Space Coast Vipers.
See, that might be enough to give them the first down. I'm assuming that's going to be 10 yards. Under 8 minutes to go. You know, this is a big time right here for Celebration. They're down by 15. Another touchdown. They're going to be down by three scores plus one. That's going to be tough. Yeah.
Backs are against the wall right now. They're going to have to strap it up. You know.
So they got first and goal to go from inside the 10. Quarterback Sandy lines them up, coming around the side here, cuts it up to the middle, cuts again, nice tackle. Got another flag on the play.
Parker.
That was in the backfield.
It might be holding.
Yeah, sure is. Yep.
Holding against the Vipers this time.
You just can't do that.
Yeah, that's a
right
tough.
There, ready to score.
Right.
You just can't hold. Make you block.
Yep. It's got to be hard though. My son Ethan, as you know, was offensive lineman for Rockledge Raiders for 4 years. Played 1 year up at Jacksonville for Curran Bell. Current coach at Western Kentucky, who was a quarterback at Florida. It's got to be tough to be an offensive lineman, and you know that if you don't hold, you're not going to get the block, and just let your teammate.
Right, yeah,
you know, I don't know.
Well, I think you're thinking to yourself, maybe I can get away with this. Maybe the
True.
won't see it.
That's true. Yeah, and just hope for the best.
Yeah.
So it's still goal to go, but now it's from the 20. Again, 7:35 left. Little hand up the middle. That one,
Nice tackle there.
you know,
by
that-
number 11.
Tackle by number 11 for Celebration.
I think that high snap, you know, you talked about earlier, that just throws that play off, and from there you just, you know, defense was already in there, and that was no gain.
Great tackle by Zane Zelmansky. What a name. I like that name. That's a linebacker name.
Yeah, there you go.
Middle linebacker. Zane Zelmansky.
All right, so we got second, again, goal to go, but with the 10-yard penalty, it's goal to go from the 20. Second down for the Vipers, trying to tack on another touchdown to get a 3-score lead going into halftime. Celebration, like you said, Coach, their backs up against the wall. They need to keep this out of the end zone.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something right here, Bill.
Oh, nice little slant pass.
Quick slant, pick up about 5.
Yeah. All right. Oh, there we go. Now we got a little extracurricular. There comes a yellow. The question is, who was continuing to play after the whistle?
Number 3, Caden Thomas.
You can't have that foolishness.
Yeah, not if your defense especially. You're down by 15. Personal foul. Yeah, that you just don't need that help, unfortunately. You and I say time and time again, we love watching games where one team wins. You hate to watch it where one team loses, and celebrations, they got a few miscues that are hurting them.
Yeah, they're kind of biting themselves in the foot here.
It's not deja vu, it's just first and goal again.
So now we got first and goal to go, back from the 5, so they got plenty of chances to get it in. Again, Celebration has to do all they can to keep this ball out of the end zone. Man in motion over to the right. Sandy handoff up the middle. Nice play by Celebration. Storm maybe gets 1 yard. Second and goal from the 4.
Tackled by number 11, Stephen Long.
So when you have a goal, do you have different defensive guys in right now? Okay, you do.
Well, sometimes I'll change it up, but I'll definitely run an 8-man front. Sometimes more, depending on what their set is. Right now they got it's like a double slot.
Second and goal from the 3. Vipers trying to make this a 3-score ball game before halftime. Little handoff up around the right. Got another flag. Didn't make it in, but
there is a flag.
let's see what we got.
Flag on the play. It's funny how football's evolved.
This is a holding against the offense. Man,
it's going to take them back. But it's funny how football's evolved. Though, from back when I coached to now.
Right.
They're running college sets, pro sets.
Yeah.
Totally different than when we coached back in the day.
Right.
I mean, we have, the wishbone was popular back then.
Oh, yeah.
Wing tee.
Right.
I know Rockledge used to run the wing tee.
Oh,
to
yes.
perfection.
Yep.
It's a very, very deceptive offense. But you don't see that anymore. every game that we've done, we've seen this same set. You know, trips, double slot, motion into slot, and quarterback in the shotgun.
Second down, this time from the 15. Still goal to go by the time the flags move it back and forth. Looks like we got a little pass play looking towards the end zone corner. Oh, and that is intercepted. That is exactly what Celebration needed. Man, that's what they needed.
Well, that's a tough play.
That's number 10.
You're sprinting your quarterback to the left,
Left hand
right-handed
on
throw.
the play.
You know, that's a hard ball.
That is Tristan McNeil for the. But now we got another flag. I think I might know what this is if it's against Celebration. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, I think it's on number 10. I don't know if you saw it, Coach. When he got up, he came over towards the sideline and flipped the ball to one of the players. And if that is the case, referee, they're not going to put up with any of that showboating. And if that was the call, then yeah, I saw that as it happened and was curious. And sure enough, a flag did fly.
You think they've been watching the Buffaloes in Colorado?
I don't know. Listen, I'm thinking of our old nemesis from 30 years ago, the Miami Hurricanes, which are the best team right now in the state of Florida when it comes to college. But yeah, they did a few of that showboating, but they backed it up, Coach. I got to give them credit for that.
Yeah, back in the day, they were unbelievable.
So that was a good play by the Storm of Celebration. They needed that play. They do not want to go down with 5 minutes left in the first half. They're only down by 15, which is just 2 scores. We saw a 60-yard pass play, so we know they can make the big plays, but hats off to the defense. That was a play, Coach, that they needed.
Oh, absolutely, but that penalty afterwards pushed
Right.
them back, so they're in a hole right now. And, they're going to have to hang on to the ball, probably, try to run it out of there. If you put it in the air, possibilities in interception.
Right, yeah.
Then you're really going to be in a mess.
Right.
Official timeout for Walker is the call.
So we got a official's timeout for a water. Talk a little bit about the hometown Vipers. I tell you, Coach, I looked at the stats on Max Preps, and again, when you've got 1,000 teams in the state of Florida, you don't know how they all match up. But a little interesting for Space Coast, they're ranked 464 in the state, and Celebration 491, so kind of close. In the Orlando area, which is probably 100 plus teams, Space Coast is ranked 84th, and let me find it here. Storm is ranked 92nd. So at least coming in, according to whoever those experts are, they seem pretty close. Again, we talked about Space Coast is in the Sunshine State Athletic Association, ranked number 26th in the Florida division. Not sure how many teams there are. And Celebration actually is 63rd in Class 7A. So they 7A, they're playing against some pretty big schools.
Oh, that's not too bad. Coach Blatton and Coach Owens also, they're building the programs.
Right.
So they've done a good job so far. The kids look like they're in good shape and strong,
Oh, nice pass play there by the defense.
In on the stop that time for the Vipers, number 1, Christian Bird.
Bird on the play again.
Man, we're going to call him both sides. I'm going to try to raise this camera just a little bit.
He's one of the toughest quarterbacks I've seen.
Get some of this glare out of the way.
This may be Cheney.
Could be. Let's see. See if we don't get too much of the sound in here. Hopefully our mics are still good. See if that might be a little bit better. Well, we got the noise, which that's good. I mean, it makes you feel up close and personal. All right, quarterback's pass for it looks like a pass play. No, he's not going anywhere. We got 6 Vipers on that tackle.
Sack will have taken place outside of the end zone.
Nice play by Space Coast. Again, there's only 4 minutes left in the first half. They're up by 15, and it's the same thing that we talked a little bit about Celebration. They don't want the Storm to score right now because that could turn the momentum.
Yeah, that was, a host of Vipers on that tackle. Very aggressive defense.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to get out of there.
All right, Celebration comes up to the line. It's 3rd and 14 from their own 5. Again, trying to make something happen with 3:30 left in the first quarter, down 21-6.
It's a dangerous.
All right, little pass out here to the side.
Nice job of getting it out.
Yeah. We got a flag on the play again.
Had a lot of laundry on there.
You know, I'm thinking both coaches, whether they're probably going to address that at halftime because that's hurt both sides.
I mean, what are you in the third, fourth game, fifth
Right.
game?
Yeah.
That should be out of your playlist. Though.
Right.
Shouldn't have these penalties.
We also like to give a huge shout out to Chris Campbell of his time and effort in training in the field for all our home football games.
So that penalty pushes Celebration back a few yards. They now have a fourth down. That young man is standing outside the end zone. Okay, he's inside now. All right, that's a nice, not a bad punt. I think they're just going to let it drop. Again, it's got that backspin on it. So Vipers are pretty good position. 3 minutes and 11 seconds left. They lead by 15. They got 1st and 10 from Celebration.
I was kind of surprised the Vipers didn't go after that.
Yeah,
Send the whole school.
I mean, what do you got to lose? They're going to sit up at the 34-yard line of Celebration. You know, Coach, and I don't know if you probably said the same thing. You know, I hear time and time again from a lot of college coaches, last 2 minutes of the first half, first 2 minutes of the second half, that got a lot of momentum swing there.
Oh, big time. This is an important area. We got 3 minutes and 11 seconds left. If the Vipers score here, it's gonna be tough for Celebration to come back.
Yeah, I think we're just having that one big play. Really, they haven't really had a big drive. All right, pass out here to the slant. Nice tackle by number 7. That was Wiggins on the catch, number 7 on the tackle.
Oh, Storm doesn't want that Wiggins to get that.
No, we already know the speed that he has.
Oh, yeah.
Again, just a reminder for Space Coast fans, we will be streaming live during halftime. I know I saw a comment, one of our followers has somebody on the court. We're going to hope that our mics pick up the announcers. But if not, at least we will show you the whole halftime celebration. All right, quarterback keeper up the middle.
Nice game.
Got another flag. I'm thinking that might be a holding against the offense.
Well, you know, Bill, I think that's really cool that you're doing that halftime there. You know, as we're grandparents.
Right.
So if there are grandparents out there that's watching from another state or whatever, that's one thing that we really like to do is press box overtime. Is out-of-state folks are able to see this. Even the folks here in town, they can't make it to the game, especially, you know, grandparents that may not be mobile or whatever. They're able to see their grandkids tonight. So that's something that's very special to us, I think.
Yeah, and we enjoy doing that. I think when we have was it Rockledge? We had a baseball game a couple of years ago. Again, this is just our second year with Press Box, so we appreciate all of our followers on social media. I think we had over 100 people. What was it, Ohio?
Oh yeah,
I think that were watching, and that's pretty cool that they got to watch their grandkids because it was a team from Ohio during spring break.
They were very appreciative.
Yeah,
too.
so that was kind of cool.
Very heartwarming.
All right, let's see what we got here. He's going to run it out to the left, goes out of bounds, stops the clock. Nice pursuit by number 44 on Celebration. Quarterback Sandy on the run.
But you know, also if people aren't signed up for Press Box Overtime, you need to get on there and get there because Bill has a lot of information in regards to sports, local sports, high school sports, even middle school sometimes, and college.
Yeah, we might. I've got a lot of friends that are still athletic directors at the middle schools. We got to try to get out there for basketball. They're also picking up volleyball, soccer this year. They also have track. So hats off to all those middle school teams and athletic directors. So we got a third down and about 15 for the Vipers. Like Coach Cook said, trying to add a few points with 2 minutes left in the first half to increase their lead, which right now stands at 21-6. Sandy back to pass. Got a guy open there on the side. Nice tackle by number 7.
Nice pass.
Sure, nice
seven,
pass.
Open field tackle. McNeil. That's a tough tackle out there. You open
by
field.
yourself? Oof.
Oh, absolutely. That's a great tackle. What a good throw. Good timing.
All right, they're hurrying up to the line, trying to catch the defense. Defense doesn't look like they're set up. It's 4th down and 4. Coach Owens wants to see if he can put another one in the end zone before the end of the first half. Oh, he should have snapped the ball. That would have been offsides. They got back in time.
That's right.
You got to hurry up. You got to be running out of time. The timeout. Okay. I guess just maybe try to pull them.
See the way the defense is lined up. They're giving you that quick slant. He throws a quick slant to this kid on the left.
He's got 3 or 4 yards. Yeah, right off the bat.
Touchdown.
All right, so let me ask you there. So that was a situation where you had the defensive linemen, as we know, as long as they don't encroach. But if they go off, is your center supposed to automatically know to hike the ball?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's the way we would teach them. Just hike it. Get a free play.
If you draw him off, hike that ball. Otherwise, if he gets back, it's still a game on. Okay.
Exactly.
All right, again, if you're just joining us, we got 1:21 left in the first half. The Vipers have scored on offense, defense, and special teams. They got 21. Celebration has 6, missed the extra point. Nice pass play, though, as Coach talked about earlier, 60 yards. So this has been a game of 4 big plays. Well, I take that back. The offense was a 2-yard run. But otherwise, it's been an exciting game. But here we are again talking about Celebration needs to keep the Vipers out of the end zone.
I mean, it has been a competitive game, even though the score is a little lopsided.
Right.
But you know, you had the interception, you had that long run back.
Right.
You take those 2 away, the celebration still
Yeah,
be in it.
exactly. And I think that, that says a lot. If they're marching up and down the field 70, 80 yards a time, that's an issue. A couple plays, you can fix that. All right, he's looking to pass. He's taking the run. Sandy's going around the right-hand side. There's another flag. Ooh, knocking out of bounds. Nice tackle.
Nice tackle.
Again, you're thinking a hold. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm thinking either I'm up by 15 or down by 15. The first words out of my mouth at halftime are penalties.
Yes. Oh, yes. Both coaches, I think, are going to be upset.
Yeah, I think so. It's hurt them. It's hurt both. I mean, they both could have more points on the board if they didn't stop the penalties. So let's see.
Well, that's all part of football. You know, you're not only
Right.
teaching them the skills related to football,
Right.
but also, life skills.
Yeah.
Keeping your cool, building character.
Right.
You've got to have discipline, self-discipline too. You can't make silly penalties.
So that's another penalty, unfortunately, holding that moves the Vipers back to the Storm 32, 4th and 9. And just like the gentleman up here announcing told us, we've got Christian Burt in there, number 1 as quarterback. He said that they would switch off him and Sandy. So let's see what Coach Owens draws up. Oh, no, I guess Sandy is still in there at quarterback. Okay.
So I guess they're using Burt more on defense tonight. He has been on almost
He sure
every
has.
play.
Let's see what play call we got on 4th and 9 for the Vipers.
They're going to throw again, so.
Well, intercepted. So if that's an offensive flag, that ball is going to turn over to Celebration. Let's see what the call is.
I think Coach Owens is trying to work on his passing game tonight.
And yep, sure. That's a holding against Vipers. That's declined. And second drive in a row. Celebrations come up big, Coach. That's the second interception back-to-back by defensive stances.
Yeah, you only got a minute, 2 minutes left.
Right.
You gotta throw some passes that are, not going to be intercepted. You're throwing deep like that, you're throwing across the middle, chance to get an interception is pretty great. So throw some easy passes, get the ball in the hands of 0,
Right.
Wiggins, and also number 6. McNeil, is that number 6?
Parker. Parker, yeah.
I give it to Parker. I put it in Parker Wiggins' hands and let him score.
All right, so Celebration now on offense. They got 104 down by 15 before we go to our homecoming halftime here up at Space Coast. Let's see if Celebration's got anything to do with a minute to go. Oh, no, that was picked off. Wow, and there again is number 0, Brandon Wiggins. Listen, that's like Travis Hunter. Don't go. Yeah, he is up to, I think, 4 now. Let me
I
check.
wonder if Travis Hunter is my favorite college player.
I'm checking my stat sheet, and he has doubled his interceptions. Came in with 2, now has 4. And if he hadn't gone to the ground, Coach, That was 7.
That would have been, yeah, that would have been a touchdown.
Wow.
4 interceptions on the season.
Man,
Yeah, he's got a nose for the game.
that was
He's always around the ball.
wow. That's all right. So now, so I'm thinking we've had about 5 or 6 changes of possession in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Here the Vipers are back on offense, 1st and 10 from the 21, with 59 seconds to go to see if they can add to their 15-point win total margin right now.
It's kind of a strange.
So he's back to pass. Wide open over there on the sideline. Little juke, couple jukes. Still up, out of bounds, down to about the, let me see where they're going to mark it. About the 4-yard line, 3-yard line.
See, that was a safe pass.
Yeah, it was.
Out to the
Yep.
sideline.
Yep.
That's a safe pass.
Nice pass play. Vipers looking pretty good. But again, don't forget, Celebration has had 2 interceptions in the last 2 offensive drives by Space Coast. 1st and goal to go just inside their 4. I'm thinking they got a couple good running backs. I'm not sure what, all those bad things that you said, Coach, that happened on a pass play.
Yeah, exactly. Give your running back the score.
All right, we got 42 seconds left. Clock is running. Sandy on the keeper. Got to get away from that. Oh, you got to get away. Okay, all right. No, that is a 3rd interception in a row. Man, that is.
This is crazy.
I think that's number 10 again. That is Tristan McNeil. That might be his 3rd of the night. All right, Coach, tell me again, how many things happen when you have a pass play?
3 things can happen. 2 are bad.
All right, so I know one's the interception. What's the other bad thing?
Incomplete.
Incomplete, okay. Listen,
I thought he was going to run the ball.
he got 4 shots from the 4-yard line, unless maybe their timeout situation called for that. But listen, hats off to the Storm. 3 straight interceptions.
They're not giving up.
And I think all 3 drives Space Coast has had 1st and goal to go. So again, hats off to the defensive coordinator, because this could have got out of hand early. We got 27 seconds left here. Timeout, Celebration. Again, if you're just joining us, especially if you are Space Coast fans, we are going to continue to live stream during halftime to show you all the festivities at halftime. And I'm hoping I keep my mouth shut and we can hear the announcer. We got the window open so you can possibly hear some names announced. But either way, we will definitely show you halftime. Also, as a reminder, if you're new to Press Box Overtime, we are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we also have a YouTube channel. I'm not going to make any promises about tonight because I think, Coach, there's some college football games on tonight. But in the morning, I will post a video on my YouTube channel so it's easier to find than Facebook. So feel free to go to Press Box Overtime on YouTube tomorrow, watch the video in case some of the players want to watch. Or if you want to download the video, feel free to do that. And we certainly do appreciate Coach Owens and Principal Flora having us up here. So we got 27 seconds left. It is 1st and 10. Let's see if Celebration has anything left. Try to get some points on the board.
Please run it.
Hand off to number 1, going around the end.
Number 4.
That is Burnett on the carry.
Yeah, they'd be smart just to run the clock out.
Yeah, I don't know I don't think Coach Owens and the defense is going to have a big play happen right now. And sure enough, that is the last play. So at the half, hometown Space Coast Junior Senior High School Vipers lead 21-6 over the visiting Storm of Celebration. Again, stick around. We got homecoming halftime. We got the Viper band out there getting ready to go on the field. We talked about earlier, Coach, you were assistant principal for 122, I'm not 122, but for several years at Satellite. This is a big moment right now.
Yeah, we can all remember, well, I used to be able to remember who the homecoming queen was at
Right.
Rockledge High School.
Right.
First year at Rockledge High School. I'd have to look it up in the yearbook now. Do you remember your homecoming queen?
Yeah, I want to say, all right, let me think here, because she's a friend of mine on Facebook. It might have been Candy Burton, but again, I'm going to have to just check our yearbooks.
We're getting a little up in age, so I remember
I
that
know.
was good.
Yeah.
But this is a special night.
Yeah, it is.
High school should be such a fun time in your life, because
Right.
you're just carefree. Mom and
Right.
daddy's taking care of you,
Right.
cooking for you and everything else.
Right.
It's just a great night. Something to remember.
Right.
There's so many kids involved. You got the band involved. You got cheerleaders. You got flag crew.
Yeah, you do. And you and I and people that know us, we love sports, but any activity, we get involved in something. Clubs, music, sports, robotics, whatever it is. Because when you go to your reunions, that's who your friends are.
Oh, no
or
doubt.
whoever club you were in, etc. So,
Well, there's so much negativity in the world anymore. You got, it's
kinda tough.
so nice to be in this atmosphere. I always love coming back. Being a former assistant principal, football coach, basketball coach. It's good to be back to see kids having fun.
all right, so Doug and I are going to take time to eat our snacks. We are going to leave the video running, and hopefully our mic might pick up the announcer of the names of the young men and women that are coming from across the field. But we're going to take a little break audio-wise. Have a couple, Coach, and bring some snacks. Got snacks? And here is the homecoming halftime presentation at Space Coast Junior Senior High School.
You sure go to the concession stand, right?
I think they're still waiting to kind of get set up. I see the young men and women on the other side coming across the 50. Got some of the ROTC and got the flag team out there. Got the band set up.
team and our track team. After graduation, she plans to attend college and major in physical therapy and sports medicine. Favorite movie? Surf's Up. Landon Bass, the son of Veronica Bass, David Bass. Landon plays for our varsity basketball team and is a member of our track team. Landon hopes to attend college for his son's certified major at this time. Landon is originally from Garden State, New Jersey. Our second ever candidate for Prince and Princess is from our Best Buddies Club. Best Buddies is a club that builds friendships, people with mental, intellectual, and developmental disabilities, offering social mentoring, improving the quality of life, and levels of inclusion. Second year Space Coast has incorporated Best Buddies into the homecoming court. Our Best Buddy Prince is Mr. Derek Wiggins. He's the son of Kimberly and Derek Wiggins. Derek loves to draw and hopes to be our school's fun day. He loves to show Dragon Balls, and he's a green belt in karate. Derek is being escorted by Kyrian, I think the president of Best Buddies. And our second best buddy Prince is Mr. Ty Pack. He is the son of Micah and Brittany Pack. Ty likes to draw and wants to be a paleontologist. He loves nature and created his own environmental protection club. Ty is being supported by Amelia Angela Bowers, Vice President of Best Buddies. Representatives of our senior class, beginning with Ms. David Jaquetti and Mr. Jaden McKinney. David is the daughter of Angela and John Jaquetti. David is on her 18, and after graduating, she hopes to have a career in screenwriting. How exciting. Jaden is the son of Mark McKinney and Eureka IU. Jaden is on the varsity soccer team as a member of team. Jaden is already enlisted in the U.S. Army. He leaves for basic training on May 27th. Jaden also rides on a college. Congratulations, nominees. Our next representatives. Our next representatives are Ms. Chris Blackburn and Mr. Chris Beers. She was a member of the marching concert and jazz band. She was also a drum major in the marching band. She plans to obtain a degree in music education. Chris is the son of Rosalie and Wayne Archard. He's a member of the football, track, and field at Best Buddies. This past summer, Chris set the school squat record with 560 pounds. After graduation, he hopes to play football in college. Our next representatives, Ms. Jayla Williams and Mr. Zach Spear and Ms. Tyler Elmer. Jayla is the daughter of Mr. Williams. This is here Space Coach. Jayla is captain of the varsity soccer team, president of the student government, and a historian of the National Honor Society. She plans to attend Florida A&M University and become a mental health counselor. Zach is the son of Melissa Peabody and Charlie Spears. Zach is a proud member of our band. After graduation, he plans to attend college and major in music education. Kylie is the daughter of Dan and Sarah. She plays varsity softball as a member of the student government and National Honor Society. Kylie was the varsity MVP and was also a member of the Cape Coast Conference team. She plans to attend college where she will continue playing softball and major in aerospace engineering. And now, Little Prince and success will be announced. Our success is Space Coast Ontario, and Joey Ontario. Mary is in school. Look out here, she is. Her favorite color is pink. And when she goes up, we see Mason Jenkins, the son of Joey Hannon and Nicole Jenkins. Mason will be school. His favorite color is red, and his favorite person is in football. Mason will be a BSC song when he grows up. Maybe he'll be our SRE. Ladies and gentlemen, please give me a round of applause. Congratulations to everyone. And now I ask the band for a drum roll as I announce our two princes this evening. And our two princesses this weekend, our two princesses this evening are Erin Wiggins and Ty Pack. Congratulations. As I prepare to announce the homecoming king and queen for 2024. Congratulations to Chris Winston and Jake Owens. As they are crowned on the sideline, we'd like to give a thank to several people for their time and efforts in making Space Coast homecoming a success and all of SGA all hard work. Mr. Caleb DeVoe, the Space Coast band, will sound fantastic. Sergeant John Warner and Lieutenant Colonel John Stevens for all your work for JROCC. You guys were here for the event, and thank you for making homecoming extra special. And thank you to the Space Coast High School teachers, staff, and administration. Thank you for all that you do every day. That's a fantastic group photo right there. If anyone has a camera.
All right, and that is your homecoming court for tonight's festivities. Congratulations. We know it's a special night. King and Queen there in the middle. Whole court. Beautiful playing by the band. You got the flag corps out there, the ROTC. Again, always exciting. Doug and I are going to get our microphones back on, get back in the preparation for football. Looks like we got about 2 minutes left, probably a little bit more because the teams aren't out here yet. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, I see we have a football player that was involved.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, he was out there. The young lady he was escorting actually was the queen.
Quick story. Coco.
Let me see if we can flip this back here for people. get our gray smiling faces. All right, so you got a quick story. You
Yeah,
told
quick
me.
story. Of course, when I was coaching at Cocoa, one of my players said, Coach, I want to be on the homecoming court for football,
Right.
at halftime. I go, yeah, you can do it, but you can't play tonight. I said, you got to do one or the other. You got because we were playing. I think we were playing Merritt Island, and it was we beat them, but it was a tough game. But I said, yeah, you can do it, but you can't play football. I mean, that's how things have changed.
You put the poor, yeah, exactly.
You know, as
yeah,
far as,
you put him in a quandary.
Yeah, so he says, oh, I'll play coach.
So listen, a couple things that I want to announce tonight. I saw, and we were talking to Principal Joe Flora here earlier. Let me get out my paperwork here. I saw on Facebook today that Space Coast Junior Senior High School announced their Teacher of the Year and their Employee of the Year. So we want to recognize both. The Teacher of the Year is Carla Terrio, and the Employee of the Year is Tiffany Bevel. So hats off to Carla for Teacher of the Year, Tiffany for Employee. And I'll be honest with you, Doug, even the 15 years I was at the school level, I don't know if I ever saw anybody repeat in any of those positions, because the teachers and the staff, they took that seriously. They didn't just vote for their friend. They didn't vote for the same teacher or staff member every year. I don't want to say they spread the wealth on purpose, but they recognized what work was done that year. And hats off. I don't care what school you're at. To be Teacher of the Year, staff member, that's pretty big.
Well, it's quite an honor. Even Employee of the Year,
Yeah.
These are people that deserve it. It's just it's not a popularity contest
Right.
or anything like this.
Right.
Those people deserve it. That's been my experience, as administrator, as a teacher.
Right, I agree. Something else I want to announce that I saw on Facebook last night, or actually I saw it on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it Twitter. So I guess Coach Owens put out somewhere that they were about $17,900 short to get helmets and pads in order to allow some kids to play on their football team. If they didn't get that infusion of money, there were going to be some kids that did not get to play. Well, who stepped up? No other than the starting Buccaneers quarterback, Baker Mayfield, and his wife Emily. They have the Baker and Emily Mayfield Foundation. Is an effort born out of their deep gratitude and desire to pay it forward, and they will focus on pillars of success, resilience, and strength. They believe in the human spirit and want to help those who persevere and achieve success despite difficult circumstances. So, after receiving word that Space Coast may have to turn kids away from fall football due to lack of equipment, the Baker and Emily Mayfield Foundation donated $17,900 for new shoulder pads and helmets. And man, that's just great. I mean, here's a guy, he's making millions of dollars, but the first thing on his mind as far as Baker Mayfield is not just to give, but to give back to local youth. Of course, he lives in Tampa, clear across the state, and he saw this and gave them $17,900.
That's amazing.
That's pretty special.
That's heartwarming, and I've been in the same position, where I didn't have enough equipment, and we had to fundraise and that kind of stuff. But that's amazing.
Yeah, you always like to see that. You like to see people give back, and boy, imagine being Coach Owens and thinking that you've got to decide which kids don't get to play because you don't have the equipment. So, and then I think I saw something pop up today on Twitter that they gave some more money because it said local high school, so they must have picked somebody over in the Tampa area. But very cool, and you talk about perseverance. I mean, Baker Mayfield, Heisman Trophy winner out of Oklahoma, started off the first year playing great, then didn't play so good, comes back down here to Tampa, backing up the GOAT, so to speak, and now he is phenomenal, one of the top quarterbacks paid in the National Football Program. I mean, he's the epitome of perseverance as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, wow, yeah, he made a great comeback. I know they got a backup Gator quarterback over there.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping he would be in there, but
yeah,
he's waiting his turn.
Yeah, we hope so. Kyle Trask, he's always, he waited his turn in high school, waited his turn in college, Heisman Trophy candidate. But again, hats off to the Teacher of the Year and the Employee of the Year here at Space Coast, and hats off to Emily and Baker Mayfield. All right, let me flip this around. Getting ready to start. The tough thing is, Coach, Space Coast gets the ball first. So, all right, so you're in the dugout, I'm thinking of your baseball kids. You're in the halftime in the locker room. You're Coach Owens. You're up by 15. What are you telling them, even though they're ahead, that they got to work on next half?
Well, we got 2 more quarters to play. I would tell them that my team, we have scored 21 points in 2 quarters. They can do it too. Their celebration's not a bad team.
I've seen multiple flags. I don't know if this one's coming back or not. Trying to get this.
I was hoping the referees could keep that laundry in their pocket.
Yeah, that's. So, celebration, Coach Blanton, you've given up some big plays. You haven't really had, except for the first drive, you haven't had Space Coast really march the field up and down. So that's a positive. What are you telling them they need to do, especially right now when Space Coast has the ball first?
Well, the cool thing about it is, as a head coach, you're not the only one coaching.
Right.
So, position coaches, when you go in the locker room, the position coaches get their players together, and they know they got to make some adjustments. And you got a guy up in the press box here,
right?
Crow's nest, we used to call it. And they're taking notes. Some take pictures, whatever.
Right.
And they got to make adjustments at halftime to improve in the second half. So
right.
I'm sure they've done that. I'm sure Celebration has done that. I'm sure that the Vipers have done that. So we'll see what happens here.
All right, so that penalty, I believe, was holding, did go against the Vipers. So they are backed up to their own 7-yard line. First play of the second half, 1st and 10. Nice little run right up the middle. He got close to the first down marker. We'll see if they count that or not.
Tackle by number 11, Zane Zamansky.
No flags in play. It's second down.
If you hear that cheering, it's because the announcer said no flags on the play. So I think both teams are excited about that, and hopefully we have a little bit cleaner play. So second and a short one, another handoff. Oh, nice tackle! Wow, he was in there. He almost got the handoff. Is that 88?
44, David.
Wow, man. Hats off to that young man. Good news is for the Vipers, they only lost about a yard, so they've got 3rd down and about 2 to try to get a first down. But so, Coach, this would probably be the first thing to build momentum is stopping Space Coast on their first drive.
Yeah, stopping, forcing the punt.
Right.
That would be really just a small victory.
Yeah.
For Celebration.
Right. Again, Space Coast, if you just joined us, up by 15, 21-6. Quarterback keeper goes up the middle, and that is Burt on the carry. He gets a first down, and that was something that the announcer told us, that Burt and Sandy kind of switch off as quarterback. Listen, Doug, if they're successful, they need to call Napier tomorrow and say, listen, this is how you do 2 quarterbacks. So maybe we have a prayer against Texas A&M.
I'm praying that we can.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I see my good friend Colleen is watching. Sherry's watching too. Appreciate you all watching. Just out of the reach. Friday night, I know everybody's got a lot more things they could do, but we appreciate you watching the press box, as well as watching a nice football game here at Space Coast on a Friday evening. Pass is incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Vipers. Again, they lead 21-6 with 10 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter.
That was 6 points right there. He had him beat.
Yeah,
the quarterback just overthrew him just by
a
little bit. So,
that was one thing we saw in the celebration touchdown where he threw it and the guy was in stride, didn't have to stop at all.
I'd come back to him. They're playing man on him, so
if you get past him, you're wide open. Going to the other side. Oh, nice little block. Nice tackle, but not before another, as long as we don't have any flags, another first down for the Vipers.
Yeah, I think if the Vipers keep it on the ground, I think
Right.
they can move the ball and run that clock down a little bit.
Space Coast. Brought to you by Miller.
Trying to see if I can zoom in a little bit more.
Beautiful night tonight.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Love it.
I can zoom this in a little bit tighter. Maybe not. Not having any luck. Let's see what we got. Oh, wow. Yeah, we have seen some really good single leg tackles out of this Storm team.
Number 10, McNeil. I'm not crazy about that play.
Yeah.
And the Vipers have been doing a good job of getting the ball downfield and running the ball.
Right.
They lost, what did they lose? 10 yards?
About 10, second and about 20. All right, let's see if we get that going. Oh, another flag. Another flag. I'm thinking we might have some offsetting.
Is that face mask? Or?
Well, you know what? I think the second one's going to be worse than the first one, but I almost think it's one on each team. Let's see what we got. I think that referees, their arms are going to be hurting tomorrow because they've been
Sure are.
they've been throwing those flags. Holy man! Okay, here we go. Let's see what the white hat has to say. All right, unsportsmanlike against celebration. No, I guess that's the only one.
You just can't do that. You got to keep it cool. You got to keep it cool. You
Right.
shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, that's. I'm thinking Coach Blanton there on the sideline. He had to address that during halftime. That's got to be disappointing that that's still going on.
Well, that's when, if I've already talked about it at halftime and he
Right.
continues to do it, I'm going to pull him out and let him sit on the bench with me.
Yeah.
You can't shoot yourself in the foot.
No. All right, so that gives the Vipers a first down at their own 47, first and 10. We got a whistle starting the play. We got Burt back in at quarterback. Again, nice coverage by. Oh, he's still up. All right, let's see. Oh no, that's. I'm kind of surprised they didn't call him stopped over there.
He loses
I
20
guess.
yards on that?
Yeah, I guess he was still going. Wow. Well, let me see here.
Maybe he got all twisted around and thought he was
5,
going
10,
toward his.
15, 20, 25-yard loss.
Maybe he got twisted around.
That we've seen that before. Yeah, that's a little tough. That's second and 35. But again, we've seen some really good open field tackles by Celebration.
We've seen a lot of strange things.
Yeah, we have. So,
Interceptions. We have like 4 interceptions.
I was waiting for that.
in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was waiting for that whoop whoop whoop, whoop music, but I didn't hear it come on the intercom or overhead. All right, so we got second down, and let's just hope to get back to the markers. Those chain gang are up there by themselves. Let's see what Coach Owens has. Looks like we've got Burt back in there at quarterback. Oh man, is that delay of time? Yeah, that's tough. Wow.
This game may go into midnight.
Yeah,
With all
I'm
these
trying to
flags.
think. Well, hey, the good thing is, I think it is Kansas State and somebody. There is a 10:30 game on tonight, so at least if you want to watch some football, Coach, while you're eating your ice cream sandwich,
Yeah.
we got some late. All right, so it's second down, and they've got to go from. Oh no! All right, timeout. Space Coast.
Yeah, speaking of ice cream sandwiches, I got to get to Walmart.
Yes.
They're open 24/7.
Yeah, we got to get them to. All right, so here's an off the wall question. Have you ever, like we're looking at, I don't know, second and 40? Have you ever had a situation where you just punted on second or third? Have you always just tried to?
Quick punt. Yeah,
Have you done that? Okay.
we've done that.
I mean, and I don't mean that as a negative towards Space Coast, but I'm thinking at some point in time you cut your losses and put your defense back out
Yeah,
there.
you could do it. I mean, you get them. get them out of position, thinking that you're going to run the ball or throw the ball, and you quick punt. Chris Hall, a quarterback back in when I was at Cocoa, he could punt.
Wow.
He could punt and throw. So, yeah, we've done it. We did it a few times.
Oh, that's true. To have who was that? Not Brody, Elway, right?
Yeah,
I think,
Elway,
and I
yeah.
think Flutie too.
Yeah,
I think
Flutie.
they both did a little punting and heads up. All right, so we got second down and about 40 for Space Coast. Let's see what Coach Owens.
Trips right.
If we're going to just kind of do a couple running plays or actually try to go long. We got Bert at quarterback. Pass complete. All right, nice little pass. That was caught by D. Parker. We've called his name several times.
That was a long throw for
It
a high
was,
school kid.
yeah, from almost one side to the other. Again,
Long
that was
throw.
Christian Burt in there. He is 18 of 36 coming in for 227 yards. Also, he's rushed for 4 touchdowns and rushes for a 6.1 average, 24 rushes for 147. So again, one of those players that not only plays both ways, Coach, but excels on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, that was a great throw.
D. Parker, we talked about him. He's got 3 touchdowns coming into the game, and on defense has 17 tackles. So again, some really good athletes for this Space Coast team. Looks like another pass play from Burt. Looking down the field, throwing it down deep. Oh, wow, that was a good try. Went down low to get it. It just, I don't know if it hit his knees or his pads, but good effort by that young man. He went down to get it, but I think it bounced off his knees or knee pads.
Yeah, it was a good try. I thought it was Tim Tebow out there running the quarterback.
If I'm looking at it correctly,
Left hand.
that's number 7, Chad Johnson. Now, this is something I want to bring up too, Coach. That young man is an 8th grader. And we talked about these combo schools, and I just want to read off real quick. Coach Owens has 9 seniors, but he also has 5 freshmen, 5 8th graders, and 1 7th grade. So when those 9 seniors graduate, he's got 11 combined 7th, 8th, and 9th graders moving up. So that's what you call building a program.
Man, have a kid from the 7th grade all the way
7th
up
grade?
to senior.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, nice little punt. Back to receive the celebration. Again, letting it bounce. Looks like it's going to go down about the 42-yard line.
Remember we saw that at Cocoa Beach last year.
Yeah, right. Oh,
They
yeah.
played Cocoa Beach Minutemen baseball team, played Satellite High School.
Yes.
And they were starting an 8th grade pitcher.
Yeah, and I think you saw it up at Coco. Yeah, right.
He was good.
And I think the backup was 8th grade.
Yeah.
Coco, we saw a couple of 8th graders. Also saw a young lady that
Right.
was on the varsity baseball.
True.
So, again, that's exciting to see that. But that is one big advantage for these combo schools.
Oh,
If
absolutely.
you're not familiar with Space Coast, they're grades 7 to 12. 7th and 8th graders can play varsity sports. And even if they don't, even if that 7th grader is just out here conditioning and working with the team, boy, by the time he gets to 9th or 10th grade. All right, handoff over to the right side. That is number 16, William Ferguson. Oh, I'm sorry, I got the wrong.
That's the host.
Got the wrong. That is.
Host of Vipers on that
Yeah,
tackle.
still Costa.
Yeah, that's definitely an advantage, Bill. When you got those kids from 7th all the way up to the senior, that's an advantage.
So pickup of about 3 on that running play. 2nd and 7. Again, if you're just joining us, it is 6:10 left in the 3rd quarter. Vipers up 21-6. Celebration trying to make something happen. Pass play. Oh, nice sack. Nice sack.
Yeah, that left side of the line just got blew out.
That is number 25. Careful with that last name.
Alec Banakuski.
Banichowski? Yeah. Now, this is what's impressive with that young man, and this just added a stat. He's got 27 total tackles, 11 for a loss. So that young man, almost every other tackle, like this one, is behind the line. Somebody's coaching him good.
He's a middle linebacker, so he was on a stunt. He stunted.
All right, so we're back to 3rd, and I'm going to call it 22. Ball sits at their own 33. Celebration trying to make something happen, down by 15 in the 3rd quarter. Pass play, pass complete. But again, that's one of those plays, Coach, you're going to give up that play and just not let him go anywhere after he catches it.
Nice throw and catch. So the receiver has to go out, but the helmet comes out.
Oh, right. All right, so we got 4th down. I'm assuming punt position. The ball sits at their own 42. There's no way right
Looks
now.
like they might go for it.
Well, I'm kind of looking out there. You don't usually huddle like that for a punt.
Still 10 yards.
Yeah, 5 or less. I don't know. All right. Well, let's see. Coach Blanton maybe thinks that it's got to make something happen now. He's got his offense out there. They're going to actually make a play, or they're going to try to pull him off. Let's see what happens. Oh, well. So, I think they were trying to pull him off.
Punt time.
But, unfortunately, number 4, Cameron Bizak Jr. Jumped a little bit. Let's see what happens. Oh, they're going to call it. No, they're going to call it offsides.
Maybe the defense drew him off, yeah.
Well, the only thing that I'm a little confused, it wasn't the guy in front of him. It was a guy on the other side. The ball wasn't height. The defender got back, but they know the rules better than I.
Well, you can't penetrate. You can't penetrate.
Yeah, and he was on his way back when number 4 moved, but
Yeah, I didn't see it. I was watching the receiver over here.
I was a little surprised at that. But they're still going to go for it. 4th down and 5 at their own 47, down by 15 with 4 minutes exactly left in the 3rd quarter. Big play for Celebration and for Space Coast to try to get that ball back. Oh, he held on to the ball.
Oh, whoa.
Was it intercepted? Yes, it is. Intercepted by... Looks like the quarterback's down.
Big hit.
Yeah, that's a big hit.
That was a big hit on the quarterback.
Yeah,
Fortunately, he got up. He appears to be okay.
That's number, I think it said 16. We don't have a 16. I'm trying to think, Coach. That might be the first turnover gotten by Vipers today. We know Celebration's gotten three interceptions. Really, I didn't really hurt them. If they don't get a first down, it's really better than the sack. So it wasn't if you're going to go for it, that's not a turnover that hurts. A couple of things we haven't talked about for Space Coast. So Coach Jake Owens in his first year here, but his second time at Space Coast. He was first here after 2 games going into the 2025 season. And you and I, Doug, talked a little bit earlier. Met him before the game. Super nice guy. Just so appreciative that he allowed us to come out here tonight. He's won going into this year, he's won 25 games. He's now won 28. He went 8-4 in 2013. His 28 wins are the most by any head coach. Actually had wins over Rockledge, Orlando Jones, and was 3-2 against Titusville. So Space Coast had some pretty good times, and I'm sure they're happy to have him back. 1st and 10 for the Vipers at Celebrations 47.
Yeah, he's done a good job here.
Sure has. Again, nice defense by Celebration. He also was a head coach for a little while down at Palm Bay. He's got 20 years coaching experience here in Brevard. Assistant was on the staff at Holy Trinity in Merritt Island. Another thing that's impressive, he's had 40 players move on to the college level, 24 named all Space Coast. And one thing I liked about his philosophy, he surrounds himself with good coaches, and he has a mix of some from last year, some he's coached with before, and actually some players who are now coaching with him. So hats off to Coach Owens as he's back for the second time, all-time winningest coach at Space Coast. So
Keep on that.
Yeah, he faked the defenders out because they threw the other guy down for a big loss. Not quite enough for a first down, but now they've got a manageable 3rd and 5. I'm sure Coach Owens like to get another one in there and kind of maybe get this game close to being over.
Yeah, I think he would. He's certainly pretty aggressive.
So 2.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Space Coast leads 21-6. They have scored on offense, defense, and special teams. So all those coaches got to be happy. Celebration missed an extra point. Quarterback keeper again. I think he's got enough for the first down.
I think thing. So, Celebration
First down, Space Coast.
really hasn't been able to move the ball very well.
Right.
So, he can gamble. Coach Owens can gamble with Vipers.
Yeah, you got to give a little credit. You're right to Space Coast. Celebration really has not had a drive because even when they scored a touchdown, it was a 60-yard pass play, so they weren't even in. And I'm not sure if they've crossed the 50. If they've crossed the 50 tonight, I don't think they've crossed the 40. So again, hats off to the Vipers defense. So that picked up a first down, 1st and 10 from Celebration's 35. Another run up the middle.
It's a tackle by number 3, Xavier Davis.
Nice pickup. I think right here we're just kind of taking some time off the clock. But he's got a good passing game, so pickup of about 8, 2nd and 2. Ball sits at the Celebration 27 as we've got 1:25 left in the third quarter. Again, Space Coast up 21-6.
Yeah, see where Coach Owens has Bert in there now at quarterback.
Yeah, and we were saying they're trading off between Bert and Sandy. All right, got a little pitch out. I think that's Parker. Parker's got some speed. Nice recovery by the defense. I will say, except for those big plays, the tackling has been very good on the side of the Storm.
Yeah, it has. The Celebration Storm, they have not given up. Still hustling to the ball.
Yeah.
Gang tackling.
Right.
Got to give them credit for that.
Yeah, we saw, 3 straight interceptions to close out the first half?
Right.
I mean, that game could have gotten out of hand. And again, they're still within 2 scores.
Right.
It's still manageable, but I'm like you, Coach. They got to make something happen on offense just to spark a fire.
Yeah, they're going to have to create a fumble or interception.
Yeah.
Or, just to get that spark going, like you said.
All right, so again, Birds are there. Quarterback handoff goes nowhere. Back up to the line of scrimmage. Again, nice tackles by Celebration. 2nd and 10 for the Vipers. 30 seconds
number
left.
44 on the tackle.
You've called his name a couple
Yeah,
times.
that's true. Yeah, he's pretty stout.
All right, this could be the last play of the third. I see a halftime score popping up. Cocoa 28-21 over Venice. That's 2 number 1 ranked teams. Venice 7A, Cocoa 2A. Cocoa beat them last year. So Cocoa's up by 7, I think, in the third quarter.
It's a barn burner.
Two teams are looking for state championships. And that's the horn to end the third quarter. So after 3, Space Coast still leads. No score in the third quarter, 21-6.
Yeah, Cocoa has really got it going,
Yeah, he's listen, they've got a lot of other. They got Norland coming up. They've got about 4 other top teams. But you and I have seen that through a lot of it. When I was looking at the schedules this year, like Vero Beach plays 4 of our teams. Toho, they're playing Vieira. They were good. So I think a lot of these teams are kind of taken from the old days of Merritt Island. Cocoa now with Coach Snyder. They know if they win their district, they're going to make the playoffs. But they're playing some top-notch teams that will prepare them for the teams they'll see. And hats off to them for doing that.
It makes you better. IMG, I think they played at IMG, handled them pretty good.
That was a little tough.
But they've got tremendous talent, IMG. But gosh, you play better competition, you're going to get better.
I know the philosophy has changed over the years here in Brevard County. So back when you played, was your schedule dictated to you by anybody, or was it could you play out of county? What was some parameters?
Well, the district games were dictated to us.
Correct.
We had to play, I went to Rockledge High School. We had to play Merritt Island.
Right.
All the district teams.
Right.
We even played. We played Colonial and some other teams over in Orlando back then. But I think the first year we were 5-5. So that's some great athletes.
I think you bring up a good point. People forget, even 20, 25, 30 years ago, there weren't as many high schools. You brought up a school, Colonial, Winter Park, Jones, Edgewood. There was a lot, but now there's so many teams. Listen, Vero Beach and Fort Pierce Central. All right, so we're going to pass play. Burt looks like he's going to throw some. Going out for just dropped it. Nice pass play by Burt in there at quarterback. for Space Coast.
There again, you're rolling your quarterback to the right. He's a left-handed quarterback. That's a hard throw.
Yeah,
Rolling to the left,
Yeah.
throw it. It's
Right.
high school.
We
But
got
you know,
another-
yeah, back then, you know, Vero Beach,
Fort
and
Pierce
Fort
Central.
Pierce. That's all you had. Now you
Right.
got Westwood, I believe it is.
Yeah, you've got
Other schools
you
down
got
there,
two
sure.
other. You got Sebastian River down there. You got Treasure Coast. They got a pretty decent team.
Oh, yeah, it's like, you know, in the south part of the county here, you got Palm Bay.
Right.
You got Heritage, Bayside. Palm Bay used to pack that stadium.
I know.
Now I don't think you get like.
Well, yeah.
Maybe
I mean,
quarter.
think about the talent in those, because Heritage has a good team. Bayside is also in the SSAA with Space Coast. Look at the athletes if you combine those three schools in all the sports.
Yeah.
All right, so we got second down after the penalty and 20. Space Coast trying to increase their lead, up by 15. Nice pass play going over here to the corner. Oh, he dropped it.
The ball that should have been caught.
Yeah,
Right in his hand.
that was a pretty pass.
Nice pass. I think Coach Owens is trying to work on his passing game tonight. What do you think?
Well, you know what? You got a 3-2 record, and when you look at their two losses, their one loss was to, I believe, St. Edwards by 5, and then their overtime 1-point loss to Astronaut. They've only lost 2 games by a total of 6 points. So up by 15, not really seeing the offense move on Celebration. I'm like you, Coach. Let's pull out some plays we may need later on.
Right, exactly. Well, he's got two good running backs.
Yeah, and 2 good
Parker,
quarterbacks.
Parker and Wiggins.
Yes. And you know more than I. Bert and Sandy have both shown they can run this offense.
Oh, they really have. They've done a good job tonight.
All right, back to pass. Looking if he sees anybody, motion around. He's got a guy wide open. Turn to the corner. Who else but D. Parker? We've called that number several times. Let me tell you, that took a lot of poise because you watched him. Bert motioned for his receiver to move.
Yeah.
And I got to give credit as a dad of an old offensive lineman. Hats off to those linemen for giving him time to do that.
Yeah, it was good blocking on that play as well.
So 4th down and about 4. No reason not to go for it. Let's see what Coach Owen draws up. Well, right now it looks like he's trying to draw him off. So the question is, does he have a kicker? Or is he's looking over at Coach Owens making a call. Yep, there we go. Plays in motion. I think he's got some open space. No.
Good hit.
All right, so let me ask you, defensive coordinator, is that what you would call a coverage sack? Because really he had nowhere to go with that ball.
Yeah, nobody. It was good coverage by Celebration. That was number 44, David Shockler.
All right, so that ball turns over on downs. Again, we're in the 4th quarter, 11:26 left to go. No score in the second half so far, and Space Coast still leads 21-6.
See, that's a sign of good coaches, good assistant coaches, good head coaches. They made adjustments at halftime, and
Yeah, right. Yeah, nothing's
So
happened.
they made those necessary adjustments and shutting down each other. Actually, both the defenses are doing a good job.
So, Coach, I'm thinking something's got to happen now. Clock is the worst enemy. That's not a play. Uh-oh. All right, nice little run.
Yeah, Celebration offensive line is just getting overpowered tonight.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was 26 on the carry, Jaden Rodriguez. He's a sophomore.
Yeah, it reminds me of the time when I was at Rockledge, I was the defensive coordinator, and Titusville had a young man by the name of Gerald White who ran for 260 yards on us that night. We couldn't slow him down. We couldn't get out of his way fast enough.
Yeah,
he ended up going to Michigan.
Sure did. All right, we got 2nd down and 8. Nice little pass play. He's open. Nice catch. That was a touchdown-saving tackle, because if it wasn't for that tackle, he had nothing but St. Augustine in front of him. Player hurt. Let's wish him the best. 1st down pickup by Celebration, but tending to actually the young man that made the tackle. Hopefully that young man's okay.
Yeah, I think every school has a trainer now, right?
Okay, so there was money passed, used from the millage, and so now every school can have one, and they actually hired them. Hats off to that young man coming off the field. I think he made the tackle. I just don't know if they're all filled. But the good thing is every school can now hire an in-house athletic trainer. And like I was told when I was the athletic director talking to the young lady over at UCF that runs their program, that's the best way to do it. Have somebody in-house, 7th period during the day, they can take care of those kids. You know, like this young man, maybe he needs to go in Monday morning. So hats off to Brevard County for taking some of that millage money and thinking about kids' safety.
That's necessary. There was somebody on him real quick.
All right, first down celebration of the pass play. He is wide open. Oh my goodness. Defender got his feet caught up. We got another flag though, so it might not have mattered. In the backfield.
Chad Johnson.
Oh, that is roughing the passer against Space Coast. That's a tough one. That's going to be 15 yards. Yeah, that was a tough one, Coach. That young man. He saw the lights from Palm Bay Stadium if he would have caught that ball. But I guess if you're not going to get a big play, you might as well get a 15-yard penalty. That was roughing the passer. So I think this might be the deepest that celebration has been in Space Coast territory. They're at the 41, 1st and 10, trying to make something happen.
Yeah, there's been a lot of penalties tonight. These coaches are going to have to clean that up, you know.
Yeah,
if you're in a tight ball game, you can't. You know, it hadn't hurt.
Right.
Hadn't hurt too much tonight because of the situation, but you just can't have these silly penalties.
Got a quarterback roll, is keeping the ball. Picked up about 5. If I'm looking at his number right, I think that quarterback is 16. I don't think it's 18 because that's Grayson Eichen, and he's a fullback or nose guard. I'm not sure if that person would also do the quarterback position.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm thinking that's number 16, and I just do not have him on my roster from that.
We got trips to the right side now with celebration.
All right, I got 2nd and 7, 9:39 left in the 4th quarter. Again, no score, second half. Still the halftime score of 21-6. Space Coast.
Have you noticed both teams run the same offense? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it looks
They run
pretty.
trips, double slot, motion in the slot.
I was waiting to see if you noticed that too, Coach.
Yeah, I noticed. You know, what I hated to do as a defensive coordinator is go against a team that showed me a lot of different sets.
Oh yeah.
But you got to work on every one of them.
Yeah, you do.
This is not hard to
It's
defend.
been fairly consistent. Got a pass play. Oh, nice tackle. Wow. That's
Another penalty. Can't stop them like that. You can't do that. What's that called? Hazing?
Well, was it a celebration? Is that what he's going to
No, he was standing over the kid.
Oh, yeah, you're going to get
can't
that.
do that.
No, you're getting that every day. Unsportsmanlike. Gosh, you cannot do that. Listen, they call that in the pros. They don't put up with that at any level.
No.
You know, it's like I hear coaches tell kids, you know, your play made the statement. You don't need to say anything. You just made your statement. But again, I get it. You know, that young man in the moment. But you've already made your statement. Nothing else needs to be done. So
right. You make the tackle, go back to the
you did. You everybody saw it. 25 people
great
watched
play, too.
It was a great play. Yeah.
Great play, then you
So now we're back to 2nd and 4 when it would have been 2nd and probably 25. But again, celebrations at a point, they need to make something happen. Down by 15, clock's ticking down under 9.5 minutes. Storm
maybe
needs
this
to
will
make
give him a
something
spark.
happen.
I don't know.
Let's see. All right, we got a pass play. That looked like a holding, but he kept his flag. Oh my goodness gracious.
Nice.
Wow.
I think that was the same player that got the penalty.
But he.
Oh, you're kidding
What
me.
do we got now?
He hit him too hard.
No. All right, what do we got? I couldn't have been on that play. I mean,
It looked like a good hit. I don't
the
think
young
he
man,
landed
you know,
the
one of
head.
the things, I don't know, Coach, I don't think anything happens when you leave your feet either.
No.
And that kid jumped up in the air. When you're in the air, stationary, that is not going to be a good hit.
No flag. They
Okay,
called
no
it
flag.
off.
Yeah, that was that. It looked bad because the kid was up in the air.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
like a stationary object.
it was a good hit. You know, football is a violent game. I understand trying to protect the players, but
Right.
you know, a good hit, good solid hit like that, there's nothing wrong with it. If you're leading with the head or trying to spear or trying to hurt somebody,
Right.
yeah, then there's a penalty or
All
an
right,
ejection.
this is almost a make it or break it play. 4th down and 5. Celebration has to score. Oh, nice tip. That was a nice defensive play. Ball turns over on downs. Coach Cook, I just saw a score popped up. Vieira beat Toho 48-8. Let me tell you, Vieira, you know, I think they ended last season winning 5 of 6. And they were hit because they were having some tough seasons.
Yeah,
So
they
hats
sure
off
were.
to the Hawks for a big win tonight. That might have been their homecoming too.
Now, who did they play?
Okay, so you're going to ask me that question. It's one of those. It's
I've
got
never heard of
it's
that
got
team.
it's got 22 letters. It's Toho, but it's like Toho guacamole something or other.
Really?
So I even hear other announcers say
I've never
Toho.
heard of that school. Where is it?
I think they're over in the Orlando area.
Toho guacamole.
I don't know. It's Toho something. Listen. It's Greek to me, and I'm half Greek, and I still don't know what it is. But anyway, we're just going to call it Toho. I'll let you pronounce it next game.
I'll have to look that up. I'll Google it.
Okay, Google it. All right, so Space Coast back on offense. 8:51 left. Leads by 15, 21-6. Keeping the ball on the ground.
tackle.
Nice tackle. Gain of about 1.
Good tackle by number 33. But yeah, like we said, the celebration has not given up. We're in the 4th quarter. They're still playing tough.
They've given up 1 drive. The other
Dave
two-
Shockley again in there.
The other 2 scores were a defensive interception and a special teams 97-yard touchdown run. All right, quarterback keeper Burt right up the middle. Gain of a
Picked up
few.
yards, yeah.
Got a nice little down. They got 3rd and manageable.
He's a tough kid, you know.
Oh my goodness gracious! Well, we talked about him before. He's got 227 yards in the air, 4 TDs and 147 yards rushing. On defense, he's got a 30 tackles, 13 for loss, an interception, and a fumble recovery. So, and you know as well as I do, when you got those single-digit jersey numbers, that's what it means.
Well, I hope his mama will get him some ice cream or something tonight. Maybe ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, Walmart's not too far
Yeah,
away.
I mean, this kid.
All right, look at here. Nice run up the middle. Here goes Burt. Just we were talking about him. He's still going. Wow, nice play.
Must heard us talk about ice cream.
I
Got
guess
fired
so.
up.
He's hungry like we are.
He's going to be worn out tonight, though.
Wow,
so.
that's about
I know
a
his mom and
40-yard
daddy's real proud of him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really doing a great job.
I tell you what I saw in that play. A lot of good blocking. He wasn't really running fast, but he was picking his spots.
Smart runner.
And
Smart runner.
and wide receivers doing their job too. I like that.
Yeah, he's a smart runner.
I see the defense for Celebration got little hands on their hips. You know, they've been out there a long time, Coach.
Sure have. It's tough.
So we got a 1st down and 10 for the Vipers at the Celebration 30. Still holding on to a 15-point lead. A handoff.
Right up the middle.
Nice tackles.
Tackle by number
That is number 22.
17 tackle.
Cole Gamble on the
Bo
carry.
Blackman.
He's just a junior. Came in with 130 yards today. Again, no hurry by the Vipers. Clock's down to 6:40.
You know, when I look at these kids, I have a grandson. He's 4 years old. Lives over in Tampa.
Yeah.
He just started flag football.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm thinking these kids have been playing, some of them since they were 4 years old. Nice.
Oh, look at here. He might go all the way. Oh, no. Another flag.
Flag?
3.
What was it?
So, Coach, I think Press Box Overtime needs to get in the yellow flag production business because they might have need some clean ones this second half.
Those flags have got to be worn out.
Let's see what we got. Let's see what the white hat's going to show us. But let's not take away a nice run by Burt.
Sure.
Unfortunately, though, it might be called back. We got a holding, I'm assuming. I haven't seen a signal. No, I guess that's what it was. All right. Well, the good thing is it must have been a spot foul because they still only have 2nd and 6. So the spot foul was way past the first down marker, so that's a good thing.
I don't think the referee called it.
I didn't see anything. I didn't see a sign. All right, back to Burt. Up the middle, nice blocking. Look at here. Here he goes again. Nice little juke. Wow, all the way down to the 10-yard line. 15-yard run.
Tackle by McNeil.
Man.
That was a good run.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing. Good blocking by the offensive line, but once he got past the line, that was all him.
Yeah, it looked like a quarterback draw, but they blocked it a little differently.
All right, so we've got first and goal to go. Handoff around to about the 3-yard line. Again, we haven't had any score so far the second half.
Looks like number 17 was in on the tackle, Blackman. Well, they're moving the ball good. They've mixed it up a little bit with Burt. They're passing and running, so they're moving the ball really well. Space Coast.
That was Chris McDonald, number 9.
Oh, snap.
Oh, that's tough. Chris McDonald, he comes in with a 7.2 yards per carry average, 2 touchdowns, also has a fumble recovery. You know, we had Sandy in here earlier. According to Max Preps, he's thrown for 443 yards coming in, 6 touchdowns, 3 INTs. So again, nice stats on Sandy and on Burt. It's nice when you got, which we hope the Gators have, when you got 2 quarterbacks, not only that are good athletes, but they can run that offense really good.
Yeah, they're running good offense here. I can see that Space Coast. I can see why the game was so close with Astronaut.
Right.
And I'm sure that's a big rivalry for them too.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But they've got a good team.
They got Sandy back in at quarterback. Hand off to number 9 to McDonald. He's close, down about the 1-yard line. Christopher McDonald. All right, so let me ask you, Coach. You give him the ball twice to Chris McDonald. He's gotten you down to the 1. We giving it to him. He's got to get the score. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I think so. He's probably saying, "Give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball."
Right. Right.
So you got to give it to him.
I got you here.
He
so
got
it's
you down here, yeah.
Exactly. So it's 4th down and 1. Space Coast up by 15, looking to increase their lead. Down to 4 minutes left in the game.
Look at how many people are in the box.
Yeah, just like you were
take it
talking
around
about.
the outside.
Oh yeah, a
Take it
little
around the
pitch
outside.
out.
Yeah, maybe an option. Option's a good play on the goal line.
Oh, a fumble. Oh, he might have got pushed in. How about that? Touchdown, right? Yes. Yeah, touchdown. Space Coast for the first score of the second half. That was quarterback Sandy on the keeper, and at the 3:38 mark, they've increased their lead by 21, 27-6. Space Coast over Celebration.
Well, it's a case here where most of the white shirts were standing up. You got to get low, grab grass, get your rear end up, and don't be dribbling off the ball. Most of those guys are standing straight up, got dribbling back in the end zone.
So with that, then it's easier for the offensive guys to push them off their balance, right? Because
lower center of gravity is hard. It's hard to push them back.
Gotcha.
You got to stay low. You don't stand
Gotcha.
straight up. Get down, grab grass,
Right.
whatever you got to do.
Point after, looks like it's good from here. It is good. And again at the 3:38 mark, the point after is good, and the Vipers lead 28-6 over the Storm of Celebration. You know, Coach, that's like when I played tennis. I always try to get low to hit that ball. Kind of what you're talking about, right?
Get low. Get down, baby.
Listen, I was a whopping 140 when I graduated from high school. I wasn't hitting too many guys on the football field. I hit that little yellow fuzzy ball. That was about it.
Well, hopefully some of the kids that are on the bench will get an opportunity to play now.
Yeah, I think
it's
I
always,
agree.
It's
And like,
always good for the morale of the team.
well, and you and I are impressed. They've probably got 40 over there on the Celebration side.
We've got a lot.
We want to let our fans know for Celebration, your next game is away at East Ridge, and it is a district game. As I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, Celebration is 7A District 9. Listen to these teams. Dr. Phillips, Olympia, and East Ridge are in their district. So that's
Wow.
that's pretty tough. And for the hometown team, Space Coast, tonight is the first, if I read this correctly, of 5 straight home games. And I think Mr. Flora said this is their first home game. So they got, I think, 3 or 4 away games out of their system. So tonight is the first of 5 straight home games. We got some gate money coming, Coach. And a game next week that I think will be very competitive. They host the Minutemen of Cocoa Beach.
Yeah, that should be a good game for them. Yeah.
And again, Cocoa Beach, led by our friend Ted Kinney, they've gone from the SSAA back to independent. All right, so that's a pickup by Celebration going around the end. So again, Celebration, you're away at East Ridge next week. And Space Coast, 5 straight home games beginning with Cocoa Beach next week. We wish both teams the best.
Yeah,
All right, so
that should be a good game.
I think so. Yeah, we've done the Cocoa Beach game. We like what Ted does with them. Same thing with Coach Owens down here. I think one thing they're going to see if we get some of these yellow flags done. They're both well coached, and like you said, they both got a lot of variety of plays on offense.
Oh, they do. I mean, it's. I think they're both well coached. Other than the flags.
Yeah.
You got to eliminate. You got to eliminate those flags. You're in a close ball game. You're going to be in trouble.
I think if we looked at how many flags for yards lost, it might be 100 for both. Nice little pass play to number 1. Nice little juke. A little run up the middle. He's still up. Nice play. Nice play.
Nice run. Good tackle.
That is number 1. That is Kobe Orr. He's got a touchdown tonight. He's the one that caught the 60-yard touchdown play. He's only a sophomore, Coach. That's a nice young man to have for 2 more years.
Definitely.
All right, that moves the chains. Yeah, very good. So that is 1st and 10 from the Vipers 37. Again, looking down there deep. He's open. Nice catch. Oh, nice. Well, I was going to say tackle. I don't know if he tackled it yet. Oh, he bounced right away.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Wow. So
Vipers didn't wrap up.
you know what I saw in the last 2 plays? A lot of high tackling. And that's what they just bounce right up. But when that guy, you tell me, when they're running full speed, it's one thing to wrap their legs. To try to wrap around their chest, that's just hard to do.
You got to get low. You got to get low, especially defensive backs. They're not that big. Some of them, you got to get low, try to take their legs out. They didn't wrap up though. They didn't wrap up. It was a good hit, good solid hit, but it didn't wrap up.
No, it just bounced right off of him. So again, hats off to Celebration. 2 touchdowns, 2 big plays. The first one was 60 yards. That was 32. So with 2:51 left, got to go for 2 because they're down 28-12. Quarterback rolling out. Too many Vipers. No good. So second time the PAT falls short, and the Vipers lead 28-12.
You got in that case, you got to throw the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just anything can happen. Right. Yep. At least maybe the 1 out of the 3 good things, right, Coach?
It's hard. It's hard rolling left, being right-handed quarterback to throw the ball back across your body. Right. Rolling right, put it in the end zone.
But like you say, you got your momentum going the other way. You got to turn your body as you're running. That's
just think about that.
I think I learned in physics class you can't do that. I think if I remember Mr. Riley, my physics teacher at Cocoa High School. Space Coast right now introducing the cheerleaders.
Coach Smith was there, right?
He
taught chemistry there.
Yeah. It's funny. When I looked at my yearbook, looked at his picture, and recognized it right away. I mean, he was nobody to mess with.
That was a great interview you did with him.
He's a good guy. It was a pleasure meeting him and his wife. Little onside kick. Uh-oh, it's loose. I think it's still loose. I think. Wow, that was a lucky break for Vipers. That was a good onside kick. He kicked it right into the kid, bounced off. That was a good way to do it.
It was interesting about Coach Smith. He lived like 2 minutes from Titusville High School. And he drove every day to Cocoa, did Rockledge. I wanted to ask him that question because I think his wife taught at Titusville.
Okay, I think you told me that.
But he passed right by there and go all the way to Cocoa.
Yeah. You know what? Tiger pride, baby. Just like you and I know about. All right, so that was a nice onside attempt by Celebration. It would have worked, but one of their players tried to jump on the ball and squirt it back out. First and 10 for the Vipers. They lead 28-12 with 2:45. So, Coach, let's say you lose the game 28-12. That shows a lot of grit when you're the coach to tell the team, listen, you didn't give up. That was a nice drive.
Yeah, they didn't give up. They're they're playing tough defense.
Right.
And like you said, they didn't give up. That's all you can have.
For the 21 people we still have watching, we appreciate your support. And again, just so you know, Press Box Overtime is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And tomorrow morning, I will be posting this video, even though it will be on Facebook. It'll be hard to find with continued posts. It'll be on my Press Box Overtime YouTube channel sometime tomorrow morning. So again, if any of the players want to watch, any of the parents, if you want to download it, feel free to do so. But this will be loaded on Press Box Overtime YouTube channel mid-morning tomorrow. Watch and use as you please. And again, we appreciate Principal Joe Flora and Coach Jake Owens allowing us to come here tonight.
Yeah, I'd like to add, if you're not a member of Press Box Overtime, sign up. There's some great information on Press Box Overtime.
Yeah, we do. We do some interviews. I haven't done any in a couple of weeks, but the good thing is there's no cost or nothing. If you join the Facebook group, at least anytime we go live, or like you and I talk about doing some football shows in a couple of weeks, at least they'll get alerted when those shows come up, and certainly hope you watch and also participate. All right, we got a run back coming around the side. Nice tackle. Coach, that is one thing that if I'm the defensive coordinator, I got to give them some positive marks. They've had a lot of really good open field tackles by Celebration.
Sure, that was good there by Rodriguez, number 20. Came up and made a great tackle.
Yeah, very good, very good. Like you said, somebody's teaching them where to grab. Again, a couple high tackles on that last march by Celebration. As far as by the defense of Space Coast, kind of hurt them a little bit. All right, so we got 3rd and about 4. Ball sits at the 42 of Celebration. Handoff up the middle, breaks the tackle, and that's about it.
Tackle by number
Easy.
20 again.
Yeah, we've called his name.
Rodriguez.
Man.
Good tackle.
That was number 22, Cole Campbell. He's a junior. Again, he came into tonight's game with a 6.5 yard per carry average. Listen, you get anything over about, I'm thinking 3.5, 4 yards per carry. That you start getting into 6s and 7s. You got a pretty good thing going.
Oh, no doubt about it. You know, tonight the game has been won or lost in the trenches. Celebration's offensive line needs a little work.
Right.
Space Coast obviously dominated in that area.
Right.
So I think Celebration just get these boys, a little more work, a little more experience.
Right.
And they're going to be an excellent football team.
Yeah, I think, like I said, they gave up the big plays. If you take back the interception and you take back the 97-yard touchdown return, we're looking at 14-12.
Right.
Again, I know it's tough to take a lot of positives in a loss. However, they didn't play a bad game.
No, they didn't. Any game that you play, you've got to learn. You got to learn from your mistakes. You got to get better.
4th and a long one for Space Coast, and they drew Celebration offsides. I'm thinking with 1:34 left, I'm not sure how many timeouts Celebration has left, but they can maybe just down the ball. So that moves the chains. 1st and 10 from Celebration's 35, and right now it might just be knee down time. Little handoff.
Tackle by number 17, Blackman.
You called his name several times.
Yeah, he's been in on that.
That's number 9, Chris McDonald on the carry. Again, he's got a 7-yard average, a couple touchdowns, even has a fumble recovery. So, we talked about this when we went to the Cocoa Beach game a few weeks ago. I don't see a lot of guys on that Space Coast team with their hands on their hips. Coach had a pretty good conditioning summer, and I think they all went.
Sure did. I mean, actually, both teams are in excellent shape.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of these kids, like you said, have to go both ways.
Nice
To go both ways, so they've got
pitch
to
out to
work
Thomas.
themselves into shape in order to play both sides of the ball.
So, Coach, if you look out there, I got to kind of pan up a little bit.
First down, Space Coast.
That's a nice little image right there. We got that, I don't know, blood moon, monster moon, some kind of moon.
Oh yeah.
So that's a nice way to top off homecoming victory is to have that nice moon showing.
Sure, it's beautiful campus. Beautiful
Oh, yeah.
Field, track.
Field, good shape. Yep.
Just do a great job here. I'm really impressed with this.
Nice crowd. Again, we got could be the last play of the game. Little handoff, thrown for a loss. I'm thinking no timeouts.
20 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to go down. So we wind down. First home game of the season, and that's a good way to start for the hometown Vipers of Space Coast Junior Senior High School on homecoming night. Space Coast Vipers 28, the visiting Storm of Celebration 12. We're going to turn this camera around and give some, I don't want to say parting shots, maybe some last comments. Parting shot sounds like a Seinfeld show. All right, Coach, let me see if I can pan this up so our heads don't look the size of basketballs. So you got the victory. You're Coach Owens. What are you talking about after the game as far as positives and going into next week?
Well, the first thing I talk about is the negatives, and I would talk about the penalties.
Don't leave yet,
And
fans.
I would also say we're gonna do some running. We're gonna do a little extra running on
Are
Monday.
they coming up these stairs like
Right.
we had to walk up, right?
Right, we're gonna do a little extra running on Monday.
Okay,
You
all
cannot build a championship team if you got that flag coming out of
Yeah.
like it did tonight.
Yeah.
Both teams got a lot of penalties. So that's the first thing I'm going to talk about. And then I'll end it on something positive. I thought they were well coached. They were good blocking up front.
Right.
And got some excellent runners. And there were some nice passes too. There were some interceptions. Balls shouldn't have been thrown. But overall, I thought Space Coast really had a good game.
Yeah, one thing you commented on, we saw two guys in Bert and Sandy play quarterback. Both not only had individual stats on their own, but they ran the offense. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Space Coast missed a beat with whoever came in. They pretty much moved the ball the same with either one.
Yeah, I think so. I think Bert, maybe he's a little older. I think a senior.
Yeah, he's a
think he
senior.
had a little more poise.
Sandy's a freshman.
Yeah, I think he had a little more poise, a little more experience. You can say that.
Sure.
Well, like you said, they both got talent.
Yeah.
And I think Coach is preparing the young one for the future,
Yeah,
which is
no
good.
kidding.
He's getting game experience.
Yeah.
That is valuable. It's going to help him
Vipers are winner
for the
tonight,
future.
28-12.
You've had 5 kids play sports, one still playing. I'm just going to guess their ages, let's say, are 14 and 17, 15 and 18 as far as the freshman senior. That's a huge difference at this age group. So, Jake, Coach Owens has a lot both going on now with the seniors, and we talked about the 11 freshmen, 7th and 8th graders. Coach Blanton, a couple positives that he can pick on from tonight?
Yeah, I think because they didn't give up. They
No.
scored their late
Right,
fourth.
scored at the end.
So, they've got a ways to go, but I think, and they played a good team tonight.
Yeah.
When Space Coast only lost to Astronaut by 1.
Right.
Astronaut, they've got a good team.
Yeah.
So, Celebration played a good team tonight. They got
Yeah.
nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
Look at your mistakes, try to improve.
Right.
Get in the weight room, whatever you got to do.
Right.
But they didn't give up.
No. And again, fans, just to reiterate, for Celebration fans, you're away next week at East Ridge, which is a district game. For the hometown Vipers, tonight was your first home game of the season, first of 5 straight home games. And again, we talked about this should be a very good, competitive, well-coached played game when Ted Kimmy brings the Minutemen of Cocoa Beach here next week. That should be an exciting one to watch. So again, we appreciate you watching. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Tomorrow morning I'll have this video posted on YouTube. Watch it. Some of the players want to watch it. You want to download it. Use it however you want to. We appreciate you watching tonight. He's Coach Doug Cook. I'm Bill Maharis. We have both now press box overtime with your brand new hat. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the weekend. Again, tonight is the epitome that sports, it's more than just a game, and we're happy that we got to share it with you. Have a great weekend. Thanks again. Thanks, Coach.
Bye.